Come in. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the, a special edition or the final edition of Gaming After Dark for the year 2021. And what a year it has been. I'm your host, Mr. Boom Boom Kaboom, is in the room, ready to go. This is going to be a fire show. Obviously, my phenomenal panel is ready to go tonight, including the man that brings the common back to sense. Titan Drago is in the house.
What's up, everyone? I don't got any, those noisemakers that.
You just did.
Yeah, right. Welcome to the last show of Gaming After Dark in 2021, and we've got a special Dragos Corner for you later tonight. If you haven't seen the tweet going around, but yeah, I cannot wait for that tonight. That should be that'll be interesting. So the way I'll explain the way we're gonna do it because it's slightly modified from our normal Dragos Corner, but it's crazy to think, Noof. Mag, we've been doing this all year together now. The three of us, eh?
Yep.
Ain't that wild, man? A whole fucking year with you two crazy assholes.
Yep.
And we're gonna wrap it up.
If you really go back,
year and a half.
Man, that's awesome, dude. It's great spending time with you guys this last year, and we're gonna wrap it up with the Wize Old Gamer here, everybody. So I'm ready to go, and I hope you guys are. I hope you guys got your your seatbelts latched up, and let's do this.
Our next panel member is plenty of wise and always got his eyes on the prize. It's the middle-aged game guys in the house and ready to go.
Oh my God, am I ever ready to go? Yes, good evening, Noof, Titan, and the wise old fuckface is here. After all the trolling in the comments section, he's finally on the panel tonight.
We finally drug him up here.
We finally got him in here, but you know what? I'm actually super happy that Wize Old Gamer is here. This is his very first show. Be kind. And let's get. We got some great ideas and things to talk about. A year in review, and of course, we got something very special for you guys at the end of the night. So, guys, everybody, let's get right into this show.
Hell yeah! Be kind and rewind repeatedly.
Definitely, that is the theme of the night. As a look back on 2021, our favorite games, our top moments, all that good stuff. As we just kind of chill out, and no better way to do that then with the Wize Old Gamer, as Meg said, he's been basically trolling the chat for months. Certainly, he always has something witty and crazy to say, mostly when Meg is talking, oddly enough, and has been cracking us up. So we felt that, over the course of however long he's been, with us in the chats, like, this guy seems like he fits right in here. And sure enough, we decided to make him part of our show, our guest, our final guest of the year, and his first ever podcast appearance. So like you said, guys, go easy on him. I know he's nervous, but he's equally as excited. It is the Wize Old Gamer. How are you, sir?
I'm not going to be the Wize Old Gamer today. I'm going to be what my wife calls me, the Wize Old Santa, because just like him, I come once a year.
Wow.
Classic Wize Old Gamer right there, man.
It's not for having too many ho-ho-hos around?
Viagra is expensive. I can only afford one hoe.
He comes down the chimney and goes, ho! That's it. All you getting, kids. You got to pay me for the next two.
Hey, I got 2 kids out of that.
Fantastic.
Well, he's on fire already tonight. Look at that. All right, guys, let's catch up with the chat real quick. First in the house, our biggest supporter of 2021, no doubt, but everybody that's been here has been absolutely huge. But this next guest made an appearance with us. His first ever podcast appearance was also on this show. Now he is a panel member of 2 other podcasts that I know of and has been guest on many more. And that is Doggy Dog 420 is in the house. Woof, woof. Doggy Dog is here and he drops the first super chat of the evening, the $1.99. Happy holidays. Love you all, my friends. And my best friend in the whole wide world, Mr. Ryan Galloway, is here. Dropping $6.99 in the super chat. Merry Christmas, Gaming After Dark. All the best in 2022. Well, all the best to you, Ryan. Hopefully, I'll see a lot more of you in 2022. It's been almost friggin' 20 months, and I haven't spent any time hanging out with this man. And we're known to hang out quite frequently pre-COVID. And I've seen him in glancing moments. And I'm telling you, man, COVID has taken a lot from us all. And it's been a real friendship killer, a real pain in the friggin' ass. and it doesn't seem to be going away. I don't know if that's through ignorance or it's because of mismanagement on our government's part, but either which way, I'm not here to go on about that, but just saying, it's a pain in the freaking ass. Right on.
Airports,
traveling, friendships, social gatherings, you name it. It's been a mental drag, not just a physical and strain on our economy and our healthcare, but my God, crazy.
Any more strains of COVID we'll have more strains of COVID than we have marijuana.
yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't smoke COVID.
I was gonna say, except I'll pay for marijuana. I want to pay to get rid of this shit, but whatever.
I just restocked in my usual. I don't know. I go like once every other month or so, but I just restocked up on my Michigan exports.
Hey, my wife's a nurse. I've seen some of the nurses working there. I don't mind a few COVID now and then.
All right, we got some amazing people in the chat as well, like John 907. Scrub Nurse is here. What's going on, brother Scrubs? We got Princess Zelda. Titan Drago's better half is in the chat. What's going on, Princess Zelda? Good to see you here as well.
Better half. Criminy.
That's right. Somebody's got to put up with you. God help.
I'm getting jabs already. We ain't even in my corner.
HTK 360, Toolman 55. What's happening? Good to see everybody here. Nix is hanging out with us as well. And Masshole is here. Yeah, you can't have a show without some Masshole. And Kyle Milo hanging out here as usual. The doctor's in the house. I knew I smelled something funny. And who else we got going on? Dre Venero, Chase Jones in the building. Spider-Man 356. Timothy Dixon, Assassin Lupa's here. What's going on, Assassin Lupa? Good to see you. Who else we got here?
Hey, Wize Old Gamer, where's your better half at? You know where she's at right now? Is it even a girl? Because I don't know.
Hey, I want to say something. My wife is very happy that I'm on this podcast tonight. She finally gets some quality time with her boyfriend, and she doesn't have to hear an old man crying in the background. And she's also happy that when I told who I was going to be on with, she says you're finally going to be around some real pussy.
Wow! Damn.
He's like an never-ending list of those, man.
Yeah, man, he should have been on Dragos Corner ages ago. He's got lots of comebacks. My God. Hey, we got Born Distracted is in the house. What's going on, Born? Good to see you here. Hey, Mag, your specialty is in the house.
Oh, happy holidays to none other than Joe Dunmore.
He is here indeed. Yeah. Yes, damn, bro, Wize Old Gamer like a fucking magician. He's got some magical shit coming out of his mouth, that's for sure. All right, hit that like button, guys. It's going to be a great show. Going down through it, I was just going down through our episodes. Like I said, it's hard to believe. It's been over a year and a half and another solid year in the books for Gaming After Dark, me, Mag, and Titan. It's been a phenomenal year. Just looking back through the episodes over the course of the last 12 months, these are some of the bigger topics. So I'll just run down through it and we'll kind of just regress on things, kind of a look back. The Xbox Live price hike and how we did the special back-to-back episode talking about it, guys. That was that was early in the year. I think it was like late January of 2021. We all remember that vividly, right? Oh, getting off, finishing our show, getting I think a heads up to the chat. I can't remember. Was it Iceman LMH? Somebody dropped it to us in the chat, and then we came back with the special episode and went for about almost another 2 hours. We all remember that quite vividly. So take us back to that one, guys.
I don't remember it that well because I was pissed drunk when we were doing that show.
By the end, I was pissed drunk.
Oh, my God. It was so funny. Well, you know what happened is that Noof was on by himself. And he was just like, I don't know what the hell I was doing. Oh, no. Well, I was drinking, obviously. But I mean, I was just drinking and watching a movie or doing something, whatever. And then all of a sudden I get this notification that Noof's live on the air. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And so, like, I click on it, and it's just Noof talking by himself, and then there were people in the chat and everything. There was like 30, 40 people, whatever else, right? And I'm just sitting there, and I look at my wife, and I'm like, the fuck, man? What's Noof up to? Look at this. And then she's like, go downstairs and get on the fucking air right now. And I'm like, okay. So that's when I jumped in. I'm like, Noof, tag me in. And then it was Noof and I. And then Titan sends a message in the private chat. And then he says, what the fuck is going on? Right? And then we're like, Titan, get in here. All of a sudden, it was us. It was Gaming After Dark on like a random ass Friday. We did the show. We bitched. We complained. We did whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then by the end of it, we were done. And then all of a sudden, what was it, like 10 minutes later? If that? And then we went back on. And then they had reversed it.
Dude, it was Iceman in the chat. At the very end of the show, we were like doing like, our goodbyes and shit. And at the very end of the show, I see Iceman. He's like, dude, check Twitter now. And like, so like Noof like hits the button and ends the shit. And like, I'm like, and he said it like 2 or 3 times in the chat. And I'm like, Noof, we better check this out. So sure enough, that's when, we all load up Twitter or whatever. We look at it and my God, we're like, cause we're still now we're in the backstage and we're like, we got to fire this thing back up again, man.
And actually we got more viewers on the second video.
Yeah.
On the second stream, we had more people, and like literally everybody came right back to the chat. I mean, we were on there for like what, almost 4 hours in total, or 3.5 hours or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It was ridiculous. It was like a Mike Mullis fucking podcast. 7 hours later, I don't know what was longer, the Beatles Get Back documentary or a Mike Mullis podcast.
Yeah,
and that was like the coolest feeling I had like all year because we were all down and we were in defense mode. Like I was like, I'm like trying to think of what the fuck I'm going to say to all these fucking trolls that are going to come at me next day for sure. Yeah. And like we're trying to mold through this and and like we're voicing our opinions. Like none of us liked it. No one liked it. And what do you know, man? They listen just like that, like the snap of a finger, like fucking, like Wize Old Gamer's wife, like her boyfriend called her up or something.
I was about to say, your guys' origin story is about as fascinating as the origin story of the Golden Girls. What's going on,
Golden Girls? What do you remember from that show, man?
Well, I just remember, like I said, going from an ultimate low, like a really shitty way to start off the year. You get this crappy news, and it just felt like, all the listening that Microsoft had done to their consumers, over the course of the year prior to. And then they come up with this, a real slap in the face, especially to those who haven't quite jumped into and at the time I was one of them, right? I wasn't a Game Pass subscriber. It felt like a real kick at the balls. It was like, it's Game Pass or die, bitch, like that sort of thing. And, it was, and I think, and even the diehard Xbox fans, even people like Jez Corden from Windows Central and a lot of these people, like they were like, ooh, that's a little bit outrageous. We understand that things go up, but they were basically, blowing it through the stratosphere at that point. Right. And, and then they did the whole 180 and came back. And it was like Lloyd said to Harry from Dumb and Dumber, and then you totally redeemed yourself. So yeah, it was a crazy high and a low. And like I said, that we carried off that whole podcast. We went for so long, and then we came back and started. And again, shout out to the chat and everybody that stayed with us. Like people were literally hanging on. And as soon as we fired it back up, like Mag said, people were jumping back in. We thought like this is getting late now and everything.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And people were hanging out. Like it was the coolest feeling I could say all year. It was because again, going from a high and low all in the course of a couple hours. And the discussions we had around that was just crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Wize Old Gamer, were you there for that show, or do you remember that at all? When it was Phil Spencer that dropped that the tweet, right? And he completely renounced all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Wize, you remember that?
I do remember listening to that first show, and I was listening there, and I said, "Wow." And I looked into my son's book bag and I found some edibles, and that's when I first started experimenting with it. And then I liked the show, so it was pretty good. So you guys did well. Y'all introduced me to a new drug. Thank you.
Michigan exports, I call them. Michigan exports.
I just call them brownies.
What state do you live in?
I live in Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Is it legal there?
Well, it is for me. So. I look at it this way. The way I tell folks is this. if laughter is the best medicine, then all marijuana should be medicinal.
There you go. That's a good way to. I like that. I've never heard it put like that.
No, never heard that one before. But hey, bring it on. Oh shit! Yeah, I'm sure the chat remembers it all. Was looking at a lot of comments here in the chat, and yeah, yeah, it was just a nuts night. It was a nuts night, and again, big shout out to Iceman LMH, to my buddy. Like I said, who kind of fired up the gauntlet, so to speak, and like I said, we were ready to roll. So, hey, some of our good friends from 2021, well, even before that, but especially in 2021, the original Next Level Gaming, Mr. Mike Mullis, or Mike Mullet, as Mag likes to call him, is in the house. What's going on, Mike? Good to see you, brother. Yeah. Born Distracted. Moggs E is hanging out with us. Moggs has been around. Sim73. The Doctor's hanging out with us, as I mentioned earlier. And speaking of the Doctor, he's dropping a whopping $20 super chat. Merry Christmas, all. What an awesome year. Thank you, boys, for everything. Is there any celebrity or gaming character you'd be the Doctor for a day and do some ass play? What the heck? I think
Lara
he's asking Lara Croft, who you do ass play with?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Even after she's been in the even if she's been on that abandoned island for a month and hasn't showered, I'd still do it.
Absolutely.
Yoshi, don't ask me.
Yoshi.
Well, Yoshi's got that really long tongue, so that could.
There you go.
Damn. Yeah. How about you, Drago?
What about me?
I like rocks.
I like turtle.
Yeah. Who would? Which gaming character would you like to do some ass play with?
Ass play with.
Oh shit.
Well, my wife does play a lot of Fortnite. She does have a lot of good character. She's got some redhead on Fortnite that's kind of smoking hot. Oh no, and she's got this like I know I'm kind of answering this too seriously, but she's got this like enchantress that's really fucking cool. I like her a lot when she plays her. So then it's like, you know, I'm smashing like a cartoon chick and my wife at the same time. So
Jesus Christ, cool. Titan.
Here you go, Mag. Here's
she's yet to cast any spells on me though.
I heard you really get going when she plays Master Chief.
Yeah, Red Pool, nice.
I heard you really get going when she plays with Master Chief, though.
I got the Master Chief. I got Super Master Chief. Why? But let's finish your joke. Why? How are you going to stab me in the back here?
I'm just making a casual observation that when she plays with a female character, you seem less enthralled, but when she puts on Master Chief, you go to town. I don't know.
I'm going to go to town later tonight when Mag's redhead jumps on with us.
Yeah. He just likes big green hard guys.
The hairy chests.
Hey, as for myself, it's probably a good thing. I'd pick 2B from Nier Automata. She's smoking hot. Plus, hey, it's a benefit for her because she's blindfolded. She doesn't have to look at my ugly ass. So there you go. 2B. To be or not to be? That is the question. Yes. All right. Just moving along. Obviously, here's another one throughout this year. Cyberpunk. Now I can't recall. Did Cyberpunk come out in December of 2020?
Yeah,
2020.
But it did make a lot of headlines well into the new year, especially at the start. Cyberpunk 2077 release is broken, struggles to fix bugs, gets delisted from the PlayStation Store, runs into a lot of legal troubles. There was a big mess for the first quarter of 2021 revolving Cyberpunk. It's since then changed many things and is much better than what we remember, but certainly not the game we expected. So I consider that one of the topics as well that led headlines throughout the first part of 2021. And we talked about it. We had several shows talking about this game. What do you guys remember about Cyberpunk, and where is your state? I guess, how do you feel about the game now?
I only got one thing to say about this for now. And it's the craziest thing about that is they still don't have the next gen patch out for that game.
Yeah, that's going into 2022 for crying out loud.
Yeah. Hell, man. That's going to be the next gen before they get the current gen patch out.
I don't see
Indeed.
why they were complaining about the graphics of Cyberpunk in the beginning when it first came out, because the positions those characters had was the same position my Julie Alvarez bullet doll had as well. So I don't see what the problem was.
Well, most people don't link it to things they screw normally. Wize Old Gamer, you're out of the box on that one.
I had no issues with that game, like none.
Yeah.
I mean, except for that one time a hooker walked like literally through my car. It was like I pulled my car up in front and I was doing a mission or whatever, and she was walking across the street and then like walked right through the hood and then came out the other side. I'm like, what the hell was that? Other than that, there weren't any technical glitches or anything on the Series X or anything like that, right? It was no problem from my end. I finished the game. I finished the story. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty wild story. And, but yeah, I mean, like for a lot of people, I think a lot of people blew it out of proportion because a lot of people didn't have a Series X or yet. And of course, they took it off the PlayStation Store, right? So people weren't even able to play it on the PS5. So people who had a PS5, which are very few people, and then also the few people that had a Series X and Series S, not that many people got to play it like properly, right? And then the only way they were able to play it was on the last gen consoles, which were fucking trash. So that, I think, is the reason why there was a lot of, you know what I mean? There was a lot of focus on it, as opposed to like for example, if they had a proper Xbox and like Series XS and a PS5 launch, and there were like millions and millions and millions in the wild, I bet you there'd be a lot less complaining about it. But because it was coupled with the fact that they couldn't get the consoles on top of not being able to optimize the game for previous gen, well, at that time, current gen, I guess, we'll say the previous gen, they weren't able to optimize it probably for that. That is what compounded the issue, right? And then, of course, go ahead.
Here's another thing, Mag. Let's say they didn't release it when they did. Let's say they postponed it and it came out like today. Like we'd still be hearing a lot of the same problems. Like, yeah, they fixed a lot of the crashes and stuff on last gen, like all the bulk of that, but like we'd still be hearing the same complaints. Still no next gen patch after how many freaking times did the game went gold and then ungolded, and holy smokes, just left after right, one thing after another during that development cycle. They did something wrong there in that studio, man. They're usually better than that.
They were too transparent was their problem. And what they should have done is just said, it's coming when it's coming. Kind of like what Bethesda does with Elder Scrolls, right? They're like, well, it's coming when it's coming. That's it. That's all there is to it. The only reason why they announced Starfield is because Starfield was supposed to come out this year. So they bought themselves another year and a half to be able to polish an already finished game, right? So it's guaranteed it's coming out next November. There's no other fucking delays. It was supposed to come out this November. So very much like Halo. You know that they weren't going to delay Halo again because they gave them another year and almost a year and a half extra of development time, right? So it came out. That's all there is to it. Same with Starfield. Then what they should have done, but people start asking, they're like, all right, Starfield's coming. What about Elder Scrolls? And and Todd Howard's like, it's coming when it's coming. CD Projekt Red should have kept their fucking mouth shut. They should have done their job, done it well, or as well as they could do it. No matter however long it's going to take. Don't listen to those cocksuckers in the fucking the corporate office because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. All they know is how to move money from one area to the next. And then into their fucking pockets. They don't give a shit about the developers. They don't give a shit about the people who are working on the game. They don't have any fucking clue what goes into making a game. All they know is how to invest their fucking money and then get a return on it. So those people shouldn't be calling the shots. Then they just said, listen, it's ready when it's ready. That's all there is to it. If they had done that, there wouldn't have been all this fucking press. Like even like the Doctor, for example, I bought him a Series S. I was able to get a hold on one. I mean, he paid for it, but I'm saying I was able to grab him one. And he was playing Cyberpunk, no issues. I played Cyberpunk on Series X, no issues, except for the hooker through the car. But other than that, no issues. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I think it got blown out of proportion for all those different reasons. And let's face it, a lot of people were sitting at home during the pandemic. They had nothing to fucking do. And so everybody's just sitting around bitching and complaining and drinking and getting fat and doing whatever the fuck else people were doing because they weren't going to work. And so therefore they just, you know what I'm saying? It was just if CD Projekt Red kept their fucking mouth shut, it wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? People wouldn't have been able to attack them. All they would do is complain that it's not in their hands.
Yeah.
Which is a good complaint.
Well, when you make a statement, people, especially, your big company stuff, people expect you, and myself included, I expect you to follow through with that statement.
Right.
If you have, that's why I'm saying just make release dates. All these companies need to put their release dates for, the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And they're not doing that. They're just thinking best case scenario, and then everyone gets pissed that it's delayed, and then they're watching all the shit gets fixed, and then it might get delayed again, and then when it comes out, the shit's still broken. Like, my God.
They should put them way out, and then all of a sudden surprise you when the game is done. It's 2 years early. Kind of
like what Halo did, right? The way they dropped the multiplayer, it was in beta. But that was still a really cool surprise at the end of that one show, right? You guys can play fucking multiplayer tonight. Awesome, man. And they let you know that it was beta. So, no one could really, harp on them for, and it was a really good beta. Like the state of the way it played and stuff. There was no huge game breaking, glitches and whatnot. It was pretty polished even for a beta.
Yeah.
And but yeah, they got to do more of that, man. I've said that before, and Xbox is finally starting to really do things right. Like they're getting more and more things right as they go along.
The one thing you got to remember when it came to Cyberpunk as well is that Cyberpunk was, when it came out, there wasn't a lot of people with a PS5 or an Xbox Series S or X, and the game was intended, all intents and purpose, was on the Xbox One, and the thing ran like absolute dog crap. So that was the biggest problem. If you're fortunate enough to have an X like me at the time when I bought the game, which I did, I didn't have a lot of issues with it either. But the thing is, when 70% or 80% of the people that wanted to buy your game don't have that hardware, and they got to put up with a version that's less than even average. It's almost broken to the point. You have a major issue. Was it on them? Probably not. Was it on the publisher? Absolutely. I'd say more often than not, this problem relied in the boardroom as opposed to the dev, because if they knew it wasn't done, they knew it wasn't ready. But of course, public pressure from podcasters and influencers and everything else, and the fan base, it was certainly mounting. They'd had more than one delay, so they were given opportunities. But of course, as well, you got to remember this thing landed right in the heat of COVID as well, and all that crap that goes along with it. So yeah, they had 1,000,001 problems, and unfortunately, like I said, it was not a good reception. The game. A lot of people are starting to get back. A lot of people now just refuse to play it until the next patch comes out, which you don't necessarily blame them. We got a ton of stuff to play, but that's where it stands.
Well, what I don't like about the whole situation was that they released it for everybody when they knew very well that it was not working on the PS4 or the Xbox One at that time. Maybe they could have done a staggered launch where they released it for the PC and the next-gen consoles, and then waited until it was at least working on the lower end consoles or the prior gen consoles, and then release it at that time. But I totally understand. This is what publishers do, because back before Blizzard was a part of Activision, Blizzard told folks it's going to be ready when it's ready. And that's why Diablo 2 took like forever to come out. But when it came out, it was damn near perfect. So,
and then your wife cheated on you. I've never heard Wize Old Gamer speak like seriously like that. I had to throw that in there.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh man. Let's get to the super chat real quick, and then we're going to come back to Wize Old Gamer. Scrub Nurse, our good buddy Scrub from Good Morning Xbox, drinking hand and enjoying the show. Everyone have a happy holiday and hopefully get some binge gaming between time with your family. Cheers. Hit the freaking like button. Well, thank you, Scrub. We are hitting that like button. Everybody, do the same. Scrub Nurse, cheers to you, brother. Happy holidays, and we'll see you on. I guess that was our last show on Sunday too for 2021, I do believe. So anyway, we'll catch up with you soon, Scrubs. Anyway, Wes, how did you feel about Cyberpunk overall and the debacle that was?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm just like with what you guys. I had a Series X at that time, and I didn't really have any problems with it. But I did see some other people who had PS4s and Xbox Ones at that time having problems. And as I said, I think that the publisher was riding on good faith for the longest time, because CD Projekt Red did muster so much good faith after the release of Witcher 3, and they sort of thought that, hey, it's sort of competent on PCs and high-end consoles or the next-gen consoles. Let's push it out there, and for the people with the lower gens or the prior gens, we can just patch it up later and they'll understand. And I'm actually happy to see the backlash. As gamers, we should do that more often, because I think we're just settling for just crap these days from these publishers. And they're just feeding off our nostalgia. And yeah, that's what I think. Do I think they'll redeem themselves? Well, I hope so. I hope they're like that publisher who, the name escapes me right now, the guy, No Man's Sky. I hope they can redeem themselves. But at the state that it's in right now, to be honest with you, I went back to the game a month ago, and I really, apart from a few bugs here or there on the Series X, it looks pretty much the same game. So, yeah.
Talking about No Man's Sky?
No, I'm talking about when I went back to Cyberpunk about a month later.
No, I said No Man's Sky, like that redemption story. Because remember when it came out, it was all broken on the PS4, and then he took a year to like redo it, and then he re-released it, so to speak, and then it was just like magnificent.
I was gonna say because I played No Man's Sky. I played the next update, I think, and I haven't played the last one. The last one you can have like pets and stuff. Like dinosaur pets or whatever the hell you find out in the wild. That's kind of crazy.
Well, I'm a physical collector, so I actually bought the physical game of No Man's Sky as well. But when I heard that everyone was complaining that there was nothing to do and it was a buggy mess, I just didn't play it. And I think I went back to it about 4 months ago with all these new updates and everything. And my experience with that game has just been utter perfection. But
Ashtray, you shut your mouth.
But how many people are willing to go back? How many of these developers are willing to go back and make right for what they did wrong? And I just hope CD Projekt Red is one of those publishers.
I think they are. They've done it before. I think it was like they always talk about
fucking mess.
Well, I think The Witcher 3, didn't they do DLC for free or something like that? They did something like that.
No. Their DLC was expensive. It was like the same price as the game. Mind you, it was also like 100 hours of content. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I must be thinking of something else then. So I thought it was them that gave something away for free.
You know what's going to happen? If they release an expansion for free and the expansion is amazing and they release the next-gen patch, which is obviously going to be for free as well, if they could do that and then the expansion's incredible, no one will talk shit about it. Like I said, everybody will get that instant amnesia. They'll forget all about it and they'll be like, holy shit, this is awesome. So they have the opportunity. Like gamers can be fickle and whatever else, but they're also pretty forgiving and they definitely have a very short fucking term memory. So like there's that too. So like people be like, wow, this is awesome now. So once it's, you know what I'm saying? So they have to bring it.
Well, if they make an expansion like they did with Blood and Wine, which was pretty much like half the size of the full game.
The damn game, yeah.
Yeah, if they do something like that and then they say, okay, in good faith, here you go, everyone gets it, then maybe it'll go a long way. But,
and it's got to be good, though. It's got to be good. It has to be really, really good. It has to play well, has to, perform well, whatever else. And then, of course, putting the next-gen patch on the entire game, or in the game in its entirety, then it'll be no problem. And then people will forget all about it. And they'll be like, damn, bring on The Witcher 4. They'll be all excited again, right? That's just the way it is.
Basically a remaster with all the extra content.
All they have to give me is a free mute code. I'm good.
I'll tell you one thing that I'm going to say goodbye to in 2021, and that is every freaking, what the fuck? Everything except for UE5, man. Every game developing engine except for the Unreal Engine 5, I want to say goodbye to, because I'm fucking hooked on that engine, man. That is the future. Nuts. That is 2022 and beyond. And it's like when you compare that engine with any other engine, it's just not even a comparison, man. I can't wait to say goodbye to every other engine, especially Slipspace. I don't like Slipspace.
Well, speaking of, publishers and certainly scummy ones, this was certainly a publisher that made plenty of headlines for all the wrong reasons in 2021. Activision Blizzard and the fallout amongst the accusations of sexual harassment within the workplace and also subject workplace practices. So where do you guys stand on Activision Blizzard right now? I mean, obviously it's falling on deaf ears. People wanted a boycott of Call of Duty, but it still tends to be the biggest selling game of the year once again with Vanguard. So like I said, you can talk at your butt all you want, but at the end of the day, the most gamers that actually like care about the stuff that we do certainly don't give a crap about all the stuff that's happening outside the scenes. They just want to play the same copy and paste formula they love year after year. It's like hitting that G spot and going back for more, baby.
I just love the irony where you have a group of guys who used to go to the Cosby room, get arrested, and eventually will go to another Cosby room. I just love the irony.
Oh my God. Wow. Nice.
Oh boy.
Thing is, like, one thing I think a lot of us are like kind of overlooking when it comes to Vanguard, like they do a lot of deals, right? It's already been on sale. They just I have not bought the game, right? But this last weekend, they just did a free, you could play it for free all weekend. Play Vanguard for free all weekend. I basically did that to level up. Yep. I basically did it. No, it was this last weekend.
Fuck.
And so yeah, I downloaded it and played it and used it to level up a lot of my guns in Warzone. And I'm gonna delete it now that it's like over with. But yeah, they do a lot of deals like that. But the thing is, that giving away that free weekend, do you know how many more sales they just got from that fucking game by doing that? They tried with me, but I'm like, hell no, man. You're not going to give me this shit for free, and I'm not going to pay you a fucking dime for this shit. I'm going back to Warzone. And that's it.
Well, I didn't buy it because I wasn't interested in it, and I knew from many people and people who worked on it that said that the game was an absolute fucking disaster from the beginning. And so I knew that it was going to be a cut and paste, slap together job, whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm not interested this year, and I'm not interested in any of that. But, Noof, you touched on something. This is something we've talked about before, is the fact that when it comes to like games like Call of Duty, whatever, I would say 80% of the people who purchase it have no fucking clue what's going on. Exactly. They don't know what's happening at Blizzard Activision. They don't know. They don't listen to this show. They don't know who Dealer is. They don't know who Randall Thor is. They don't know who any of these people are. All they do is that this Joe Sixpack goes to work, comes home, plays NHL, and plays Call of Duty, and that's fucking it. That is the extent of their gaming. They have no interest in anything else, no other games, no Game Pass, no nothing. All right, that's all they do. And so therefore, like I know tons of guys who are like that. But it's either NHL or FIFA or Madden, and then it's Call of Duty. And that's it. And then you go and you see them on the list, and it's literally the same game every night.
They got 5 games and they're playing that same fucking thing every night. Yeah.
Well, even for parents,
a year.
Well, even for parents, when they go to GameStop, they're going to look around for little Timmy's gift. And, I know little Timmy plays Call of Duty. Let me get this one. So it just is on instinct.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys have seen that Dr. Disrespect clip of because I had a very similar experience with Vanguard over the free-to-play weekend. But Dr. Disrespect made this video, and he's just like screaming, and he's like, go, 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 lose brain cells, go, 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 go. And it's literally like what it is. They did a shipment 24/7, right? And that's like the best place to level up your gun. So that's what I was doing. And it was so brain dead. Like I was like falling asleep playing Vanguard, man. I'm not even lying. It was so just fucking brain dead. Like spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die. Get a few kills, die. Get a few kills, die. Spawn, die, spawn, die. And it was like the same thing over and over and over. And not only like was it crazy before when it was like a 6-player, but they now put 7 people. It's a 7v7 on that map now, on that fucking 20x20 map. And like it gets it gets to the point at sometimes where it literally just like runs out of places to put people and just throws everyone in one spawn point. I've never seen anything like it. I've seen 10 people spawn in the same spot within 2 seconds of each other. And that is pretty common. That is not That is commonplace, like something with that, and it was so crazy. But one cool thing I will say about that game is in the shipment, it's like really kind of destructible. Like it starts out with like there's a lot of wicker structures in it, and by the end of every fucking match, like because as soon as someone gets mortars, like the place starts blowing up. And I'm gonna tell you this, like when mortars are going off, grenades are going off, smoke bombs are going off, the white phosphorus gas is going off. Like literally, I could not see 3 feet in front of my dude because there's just shit going every fucking where, man. It was insane.
Sounds like my Saturday night.
I felt like it was like Battlefield in a 20 by 20 area, man. That's what it fucking felt like. It was so nutty.
So when you saw 10 people spawn in the same room in 2 minutes, did you watch my mom's old sex tape?
Wow.
Same spot. They were all in the same spot. Why they didn't even go to different holes, man. They were in the same hole.
Jesus.
No one went to the mouth.
Oh,
no one went to the anus.
God, stop.
They stayed home.
No.
Well, we're gonna have Freddie Felcher's going to be here in a second. What the heck?
They're like, let me in. I can fit in too, man.
Hey. So I'll tell you guys, just to speed things up, because we could be here.
Well, I
all
walked
night.
out of it, so.
We could be here talking about all this. I'm just going to read down a few, and you guys let me know which one of these you want to tackle, because some of these are pretty lackluster, and some of them are a little bit bigger. And I might have even missed a bunch. So after that, I mean, Halo Infinite, obviously Chris Lee steps down, kind of a big departure for Halo Infinite, especially in its status. And Joseph Staten returns to the game back and gets the game back on track for the December release. We all know how that turned out. Sony SEA acquires Bluepoint this year, who were instrumental to the massive hit remake Demon's Souls. We all kind of saw the writing on the wall. There was plenty of indications they would buy them, but they finally solidified that. Nintendo has gone completely bonkers, announcing the new $50 online premium plan and launched the Switch OLED, although we've been asking for something better, but they decided, hey, we're going to double dip our fans once again. The Xbox Series S outsold Switch and PS5 in November, which was rather surprising, but it was a welcome surprise, I guess you could say. I guess this is one of the bigger ones in the last couple of weeks and fresh on everyone's memory. It Takes Two wins Game of the Year at the Game Awards. It was a bit of a shocker. For me, I thought the award was totally deserving, but again, a lot of people were like, whoa, we didn't see that one coming. And despite the lackluster reception of the Avengers, Square Enix, they kind of got the reverse reaction with Guardians of the Galaxy, which was considered for many to be a Game of the Year contender. And for some, it was their Game of the Year so far. And it did win Best Narrative, I think it was, at the Game Awards. And something else. I think it probably didn't get the best soundtrack, I don't think. But yeah. And obviously, Xbox had an amazing stellar half of the 2021, releasing games like Flight Simulator, Psychonauts 2, Forza Horizon 5, and Halo Infinite to kind of finally put some of that narrative to bed that Xbox doesn't have great games, because, well, there's 4 pretty damn good games right in a row right there. Mm-hmm. And obviously Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Unreal Engine 5. We saw the Matrix demo, and we saw this live action clip of this game, which is blowing everybody's minds and has people talking right up till now. So any one of those topics you guys want to go in on? Anything in particular?
I wanted to say something about the not the Game Awards per se, but I was just going to say that Microsoft's second half dominance. I mean, even though they were doing really, really well, there was something that we missed, though. There was a big thing, and it was happening in the first half of the year. Was Outriders going into Game Pass, which was a big deal, and then a week later, the Sony exclusive MLB The Show. Not only being announced for Xbox, but then being announced for Game Pass day one. That was what I call the Thanos snap of Xbox, because that's what changed everything. That is when, I mean, the momentum was with them anyway for like the entire year, because the way that they were their entire like messaging was clear. Everything was simple. It was easy to understand. Sony was just literally tripping over their own feet. They didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. They couldn't even answer anybody's questions. They wouldn't let anybody go hands-on with the consoles. Consoles were melting when they were doing like demonstrations and shit. So they're a disaster. So Xbox was doing really, really well. But then they hit everybody with that. That was a moment this year. That was one of the biggest moments of 2021, I think, is when they took a long-standing Sony exclusive going day one into Game Pass. That was the paradigm shift that showed you that Game Pass and Xbox is here to not only curb stomp, but to keep the boot on the fucking neck the entire gen. And they ain't letting up. I'll tell you that right now.
So that's
that was
like
a big
one.
moment.
That's like one of the. All right, so that's one of the moments. I'm gonna rewind in time much farther back than that, because it was, to me, like 2021. The biggest surprise to most, I think, was the complete turnaround of Xbox in the media's eyes. Notice I said in the media's eyes, because right, Noof knows about this just as much as I do. Like, we preached how we saw this coming since 2017, and there were not a lot of people in the Xbox community or in the community in general in 2017 that saw this coming. But the thing is, Xbox and Phil Spencer, they were dropping hints all along since that year. The info and everything, you simply had to have this foresight to realize that, and you had to have the foresight to realize that the utter domination of PlayStation in the PS4 era, that shit was coming to an end. Like, not a lot of people wanted to call that. A lot of people, you mentioned that, and they're just, they laugh you out of the building kind of thing. But like, Mag is pointing to all these, the MLB The Show. We got like Game Pass is just number one, and it's not even close. Like, I got this article today, and I thought this was really cool because it kind of goes throughout the year. It says titles that were added to Game Pass over the year were reportedly worth over $6,300. That's crazy. That what are you paying for Game Pass? And look at the value we've gotten. But Noof, you tell me about what because I know you were there with me. I want to hear something about what you thought about that.
Well, it is rather shocking, but I don't want to go out and start throwing the celebrations, because I think as much as it's easy for the media to be the Xbox darling right now, because everything is going well for Xbox, and I guess it's to the point that when you're doing stuff at such a rapid pace and you're doing it so well, it's kind of like, I think they're trying their hardest now not to admit bias, because there's very little room for them to pick apart Xbox right now, because they're doing almost everything right. So it's kind of like if the media tells Xbox you're doing A, B, C, D, and E wrong, and then the following year they do A, B, C, D, and E all right, correct? Like, it gets very hard to go, okay, well, what can we go with now? Because we basically, they've got the games, they got the hardware, they got, they're doing everything right. It's kind of funny because and I said this months ago, and if you watch the Power On story of Xbox, when they get to the part about the Xbox One X, they proved my point. Xbox did that to restore faith in the hardware teams, the morale, and for the fans. No more, no less. It wasn't a money grab. It wasn't like we have to do whatever. They did that for the fans, who were very disappointed and very vocal at the fact that the Xbox One was not a fantastic console to begin with. They didn't have to do that, period, but they did. I think they had a point to prove to themselves, and they had a point to prove to their fans that Xbox still could lead that narrative. They could still have the most powerful console, and they wanted to do it in a way that was impressive, which I think they knocked it out of the park. So like I said, I think the only sad part about the Xbox One X is that it never will get fully realized, in my personal opinion. I think that's a console that it's just because of where it landed and on the verge of new hardware. It's like it's going to sit there, never see it fully tapped, in my personal opinion. I think that's the problem. But hey, I mean, it was still a great machine. All those 4K games that ran at 60 frames a second and stuff like that. It's certainly a great precursor to the Series X and the current stuff. But I don't want to get off track, but the media is just having a hard time finding things to bitch about with Xbox right now, and Sony's kind of quiet. We don't really know what's going on with them, and that's the funny part. It's easier to make Xbox look good when your main competitor is actually helping them by looking bad constantly.
Well, that's why, like, look at Sony. I mean, you can't take anything away from Sony first party from the PS4 era. They were magnificent games, but they also were basically handed the generation on a silver platter from day one, right? Because Xbox
that
was
one commercial about how you share games that
Right.
killed the Xbox One. That was
killed the
death
entire
knell.
generation right there. And then what ended up happening is exactly that. I mean, like when Xbox is screwing up, it's very easy to win the race when the other one is tripping over their own feet.
Exactly.
Right? So it was so simple for them. Mind you, you got to give Sony credit because the games that they did release, they followed through. You know what I'm saying? They followed through with their greatness awaits kind of thing because their games were fucking good, man. Their last generation games were incredible. I can't think of one that sucked. Even ones that people say suck. Like Days Gone, Titan.
Oh, God.
Okay? Like Days Gone is considered to be like they're not as good exclusive, and it's still one of my favorite games. I from that generation. Absolutely adored it. Go on, giggle all you want, Titan. But anyway,
Well, you're the only one that fucking cried to it. That's for sure as fuck.
Oh no. There's more people that cried.
Anyone else cried?
They just wouldn't
Let me know
admit
in
it.
the chat. One, if you've cried during Days Gone. Two, if Mag's being too redheadish.
Are you done? Anyways, the thing is, Sony followed. Sony followed through, right? So they had that. But yeah, you're right. You're right, Noob. It's very easy to just fucking look great. But see, the thing is, right now, Xbox has
Keep
to
them coming.
The only
Keep
time
it
I
coming.
cried, the only time I cried for Days Gone is when I thought the title was talking about my sex life. So
Well, hey, if one fighter comes to the ring prepared and the other fighter shows up drunk and keeps falling down on his own, it's not that easy to look real good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Wise
Sony-
old,
Sony's
wise
taking their
old
own damn
flaccid
laces.
gamer.
one thing, what people don't also realize is this: in the beginning of this year, a lot of people did not think this whole Game Pass narrative is going to fly. Even Sony themselves were talking about how this model will not work for us.
Correct.
But then at the very end, it started with Psychonauts. Psychonauts was an 91 or 88 rated game. Then you had Forza Horizon, which was a 91. Then Halo, which kind of put 343 back in everyone's good graces, came out with an 88. And people started seeing that, hey, Microsoft is not just a hardware company, but they can release games and good games, high scoring meta games. And people before thought that Game Pass is just going to be filler, just Game Pass fodder. But when they saw these high caliber games going in and scoring very well, I think it just gave strength back to the brand and
For sure.
legitimacy.
And then it's like, and there's constantly being added like I just told someone in the chat, I almost beat Evil Genius 2. Like I'm at what looks to be the final mission of it. And I've been playing, I put a lot of hours in that game and still have just almost beat one playthrough of it. It's really impressive.
Yeah, Crazy Greek dudes in the chat. We're going to catch up with some questions in the chat in a second, but we got Eternal Shaddai who's also in the chat, and he drops a super chat. Shaddai, we didn't forget you. Hey Meg, Animal Crossing just released a new update to the game. Are you looking forward to it? Titan Drago, High Res Studios would like to thank you for playing Smite nonstop this year.
Let me tell you
I just
something.
bought. They had another gem sale. I just bought $66 worth of gems today.
Lord.
All I know is that the only thing that Nintendo can do that's an update that actually would impress me if they could actually use some actual speech, not stupid noises. What fucking year is this? 1986? I was playing
Hell
game.
yeah.
Jesus Christ! Even Sega in 1986 had what the hell was it called? Altered Beast. Power up. At least it sounded like English.
Every voice pack in
Mag.
Nintendo, every voice pack in a Nintendo game sounds like the Mag when he's playing fucking Days Gone.
Nintendo's going to add a new feature for accessibility for their games next year. It's going to have a gerbil translator.
So stupid. Isn't that incredible? Sega had speech in their games in 1986. It's 2021, and Nintendo's still talking about you want to go pick up, and then of course the text is, do you want to go pick cucumbers from the garden?
Yeah, it wouldn't even take that much change to make it like a real sentence.
We make millions of dollars on the same effing games, and we can't hire some voice actors. What the frig?
Yeah.
No, it's funny that Mag did that
going,
though.
Americans are stupid. Don't worry about it. Just keep giving game with people picking cucumber from garden. They buy. Fuck you, Nintendo. That's what I say. Actually, I'm gonna go upstairs right now. I'm gonna go smash my kids' fucking Nintendo Switches right now, and I'm gonna videotape it.
Oh my god.
Hey, they make the same sound during the furry party, so I'm not complaining.
So let me ask you guys.
Button or felching will begin.
Let me ask you guys this question, and we'll cut down to the chase here, and we'll start with the Wize Old Gamer. Let's get him in here. What would you say was your biggest gaming disappointment in 2021, and perhaps your biggest gaming surprise?
See, let me start off with my biggest gaming disappointment. My biggest gaming disappointment was Find the Chlamydia. That Find the Chlamydia. Me and my wife started playing a new game. It was Find the Chlamydia. So that was my biggest gaming disappointment. Are we talking? Because I mean, I like one day I was okay, and the next day I got a rash, and so I guess that's the new game we have now. So that was my biggest gaming disappointment. My biggest gaming surprise would be Guardians of the Galaxy.
That sounds like a Wize Old Gamer exclusive over there.
Wow. Hey, sometimes you want to walk away with something to remember her by, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but all jokes aside, I really didn't have much of a gaming disappointment this year besides that one. I would say the length of time it took Cyberpunk to sort of get up and running on all consoles and everything, because my little one did not have a PS5 yet. He had a PS4 and he wanted to play, and I just I wanted to buy him the game, but I couldn't. And he would just watch me play. And of course he's not going to play my game because he's going to destroy it. But that would be my biggest disappointment. My biggest surprise would have been Guardians of the Galaxy. And I'm pretty happy that it came out very well, because at least it showed Square Enix that there is still life in single player narrative games. Because ever since their success with Final Fantasy 14 and then their total slaughter that they got with the Avengers, I'm hoping that they realize that not everybody just wants, games as a service. They're looking for something with some content and substance, and a single player game would be is great. So
nice. One more question for you then. What game do you think was criminally overlooked in 2021? Oh,
by far, even though it did receive nominations, I would say Psychonauts 2. Because if you look at that game, the beautiful thing about that game is that when you play it, the characters all have names that coincide with the world. I mean, as I watched a review from Skill Up, and he just released like about 2 or 3 weeks ago his review for Psychonauts 2, and it pretty much expressed everything that I had about it, that there was so much thought put into that game, from the character designs to the character names to the designs inside each individual's head. They had their own look. And I just think that people just looked at it at a second glance and said, okay, well, whatever, it's just a Game Pass game. But for those of you who've not played it, you got to play it. It's one of the best games out there.
There you go. Great picks from the Wize Old Gamer. Titan Drago, what was your least favorite game this year, your favorite game of the year, and what do you think was most criminally overlooked?
Smite for all of them.
Oh, fuck off, Titan. Just fuck off already. Go to
It pissed me
dude.
off. I've been like the number 2. I've been either the number 1 or 2 Odin like most of the year. And I just lost my last game because I could not carry 3 worthless individuals that never belonged in my fucking game in the first place.
Did you say number 1 Odin or Oder? My mic is
Odin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
Fucking yeah. So the thing is, and the thing is, like I listen to a lot of people hate on it, right? And believe me, I understand, right? It's especially if you're like seriously looking into getting into it, it's like really daunting to get into. You know, even when there was only like 40 gods, it was really daunting to look at all those gods and abilities and see how they interact with each other. Now there's over 110 gods, so that's just insane. When you, like, if you're talking about getting like you know, you gotta like. If that was me, I'd be like looking for the next game to jump on when it first released. You know what I mean? But but no, I could literally throw Smite into each one of those fucking categories. It made like the mid-season update was fucking amazing. My lows, the matchmaking was more my lows for the year because the matchmaking still sucks. Like you play a game like the fucking car soccer, what the fuck is it called?
Rocket League.
Rocket League, thank you. You play Rocket League. That game has an amazing, like other games need to take notes. It's got an amazing skill-based matchmaking system. So I don't know how Smite and Smite has changed it up so many fucking ways. Like they've changed up the matchmaking and they're really, you know, forward and open about everything they do, all the patches they do and all the fixes they try and make. They've changed it like 3 or 4 times and nothing has still worked. It's still complete trash, skill-based matchmaking. But yeah, great Crazy Greek, dude. That's right, Rocket League. We got to play sometime, man. He's really freaking good at Rocket League, by the way. He's like diamond. He carried me up to like high plat, I think. I'm probably like a low plat or a high gold player. I know, but Crazy Greek dude's really good, man. He can do some fantastic stuff.
I couldn't play Smite. My wife is a Hindu. We already have 110 gods. I can't take 110 more.
So she's a Hindu. Yeah, they got a lot of Hindu gods. I think Ganesh is one. Ganesh is one of them.
Well, the only Bible I read is Kama Sutra, so it's okay.
Titan Smite Drago, man, you got your knees damaged from bending too much at High Res Studios. Hey, wait till I actually move down to Georgia next year, and I'm gonna be right next to Smite headquarters. True story.
Good. So I only have to drop 1 bomb, and I can kill you both. Fuck's sake.
Took care of Mag's 2 biggest problems.
Exactly. Thank you.
So did you what game was criminally overlooked?
Not his biggest problem.
Smite is also the most criminally over fucking looked, even though I fucking promote it all the fucking time to, you know, 70 or so live viewers every week, you know, 1,000 people every week. Still, I got no fucking new players playing with me. Criminal. Fucking criminal.
Smart people. Yeah, there you go, Meg. Looks like this they smart enough to know not to play that game.
Exactly.
I told you I could fit every fucking category into Smite.
Yeah.
Fucking unbelievable.
All right, Meg. How about you,
Yes.
man? What was your least favorite game of the year, your most surprising, your best game of the year, and obviously most criminally overlooked?
Okay, let's start with my biggest disappointment of 2021 has got to be Back for Blood. I was really looking forward to that because I loved the what the fuck is it called, Left 4 Dead series, whatever. It was just so much fun. It was so good. It was whatever, right? And then I played this game, and I'm like, I played it with you actually. I played it with you guys,
That's
and
right.
I'm like,
We did.
this game is fucking awful. Like you just have to keep running and running and running and running and running and running, and I'm like, can we stop and breathe and look around for fuck's sake? Like but you couldn't. And they wouldn't stop with the goddamn spawning. You remember that? And like they just kept respawning and respawning and respawning, but there's no ammo. So you just ran out of ammo. So all you ended up doing was just running. And I'm like, this is literally the dumbest fucking game I've ever played. I'm like, this is awful. So that was my biggest disappointment of 2021. My biggest surprise, I'm going to tie it with first place with 2 games. And the first one, believe it or not, is Outriders. I loved that fucking game. I got 1,000 out of 1,000 on it in the first 10 days that the game came out. I absolutely adored it. Like I said, I got all the achievements. I destroyed it. I just played it to death, whatever, right? But I got to say the other one that really shocked me that I really didn't think was going to be that big of a deal and was going to be that big, that polished and that kind of a budget was Psychonauts 2. I watched the trailers for it and I'm like, eh. And then I watched another trailer for it and I was like, eh. And then I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this game? Right? I mean, I remember the first one or whatever. Not a big fan, whatever. And of course, this was 20 years ago. So the tech was bad, the graphics were bad, the gameplay was bad, the story writing was excellent because it's Tim Schafer, right? But then I sat down and played this game. I'm like, all right, let me just fucking do it. It's right here in Game Pass. Let me sit down and play it. My God, it instantly shot up to the top of the charts as my number 1 game of 2021. I could not stop playing it. I could not stop thinking about it when I wasn't playing it. And I got, same deal. I got 1,000 out of 1,000 in that game too. It was absolutely magnificent. Absolutely adored that game. So that was my biggest surprise. And
did you cry?
Man, actually, there were a couple of moments in there, not cry, but there were certainly some pretty tender moments in there where they were going through their people's minds and shit, right? Like the alcohol stuff, like when the mom, the whole the alcoholism with the mom passing away, and then all the pain that caused, and all this other shit, and child neglect. That was a pretty fucking deep shit, man. So it was pretty incredible. But sorry, what was the last thing now? So I gave you my.
The most criminally overlooked, a game that should have got more love, but it didn't.
I again, I'm gonna have to tie it with first place with Guardians of the Galaxy and Psychonauts 2. I mean, Psychonauts 2 got snubbed at the awards, and I think that was the one game that deserved more awards than any other game that was there, to be quite honest. And that's basically it. I mean, Sony didn't impress me this year at all. I expect better things from them in 2022, but so I didn't even put them in my top 5 of anything that was even remotely interesting to me. All the PlayStation games I played were older generation games that I ended up playing, the 60 FPS version of God of War. Got the platinum on that. Got the platinum on Days Gone when they did the 60 FPS mode on that. All the other games I played in late 2020. So
even their console's pretty underwhelming. I know Noof won't admit it, but how long did he have a PlayStation 5 till Noofonomics took over? You know what I mean?
Yeah, true enough.
So you're saying your reaction for Psychonauts 2 was the same that when you first figured out that your Weebie could be used for something else other than peeing?
Yeah, exactly. It was it was a shock. It made everything rise to the top, so to speak. Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it was, but yeah, truly, it was an absolutely amazing game. Now, of course, we're kind of ignoring that gigantic fucking elephant in the room, and that would be Halo. And the thing is, Halo came out so late in the year that I almost feel like it's a 2022 game. Does that make any sense? Because it kind of missed everything. It kind of missed the award shows. It missed all the end of year discussions, game of the year discussions, because it came out after those discussions and all those podcasts that we did and all the other people did, whatever else, right? So it almost feels like a 2022 game. So I kind of ignore it. But Halo right now, if I may say, I am playing nothing but Halo. I've downloaded a shitload of games from Game Pass that they released this week, whatever. I haven't turned on a single fucking one. All I do is keep going back to Halo. Between single player and multiplayer, I cannot stop playing that game. So, but I'll call that my 2022 game, I guess.
And for those of you guys in the chat, if you're wondering about the Ask Arnold segment tonight, technically we're not going to do it per se because we're going to have an extended episode of Dragos Corner tonight where it's going to be a mono a mono versus a mono in there. And yeah, so it's going to be Tony Bologny, Titan, and Safe House Sam for sure. So that's what's happening. So stick around. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be epic when we get to that a little bit later on. And anyway, Wize Old Gamer, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I said I can't seem to finish Halo Infinite. I keep going to the part where I get that new AI. I think they call her the weapon. And then 5 minutes later, my controller gets stuck. And I have to buy a new controller. So for some reason, I just can't finish.
Oh, okay. That took me a second. I'm like, what's going on here?
That went over my head.
Well, I get to the lady, and then, the vibration is going pretty good. Haptics are, and the next thing you know, my controller doesn't work anymore. I got to go buy a new controller. I thought buying the white controller would cover it, but apparently it didn't help.
Wow.
Put some draws on, man.
I just finished Halo Infinite the other night, and all I can say was the game didn't disappoint, but the game didn't exactly blow me away either. So I'm happy with it. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and that's pretty much as I can say. I enjoyed the campaign overall. The story was pretty good. I got pretty animated during the last mission or so. I was swearing a lot at the enemies and different things. So thank God I didn't destroy anything. But but it was pretty good.
Were you not an open world guy?
No, see, honestly, I'm not a big open world guy at all. There's only been a couple of games that I've actually enjoyed that have been open world. One being Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead Redemption 2. And the last one that I really enjoyed prior to Halo was Ghost of Tsushima. After that, everything else has been just not hold my interest. So
I can tell because the way you're talking about it, I'm thinking to myself just now. I'm like, Noof's not much of an open world guy.
They're too long. And they're too distracting for me. I just find I still prefer the linear Halo.
Is it still? Is this one still distracting for you?
No, it's not that bad, I will say, because Halo keeps it a bit more focused than other games. Like, they have their missions, but they're all, like, I'm going to just put it this way, and I don't want to take up too much time. I'm going to compare it to Assassin's Creed, right? So Assassin's Creed, great game in its own right. But here's what I found with those games. You had to go to your mission a lot of times, and then basically you had to go to another part of the map to get a part for that mission and go. There was too much traveling in between. There's too much all over the place. It's like it doesn't keep things coordinated, in my opinion. Maybe it depends on how you approach the game, and because it's all level based too, right? Like a lot of stuff you have to sort of do in a certain constructive manner because there's people on one side of the map that are just going to obliterate. Halo wasn't like that. You could move to other parts of the map. It didn't matter if where your rank or level is, because you don't have it. The enemies obviously if you power up your stuff, of course you have more options and you're disposable and stuff, but the game wasn't based about levels and ranks, and the missions were quick enough that no matter if you're doing a side mission or a main mission, they kept it fairly on pace, so you never felt like you were in a drag. You never felt like this again, you know what I mean? But the exploration was totally up to you. And I found that a lot with Ghost of Tsushima as well. I had a lot of fun with that one. Something about the combat and the story with that one reeled me in, and I really enjoyed that. But that's about it.
One thing about that, even like in AC Odyssey, and I think Mag has said it before, like even if you like do all the lookout points, and Mag, you said you did that the first thing in the whole game, right?
Yeah, I usually do, yeah. I'm 50 hours into Halo, and I'm only 47% completed the story.
Thing is, even if you get all those lookout points and you unlock all the fast travel, like look how much time you've invested just unlocking fast travel points. It's absurd.
Yeah. Well, same thing with Halo. I mean, it's got those what is it called, the forward bases or whatever.
Yeah.
I've unlocked almost every. I think I'm only short like one or two now. But like I do all that stuff first, and then I get to the story. That's just the way I do things. But like I said, I'm a completionist, right? So I will not leave a map until it's done. But anyway, enough of that.
Yeah, I'll do mine real quick. So most disappointing game of the year for me has to come down to, I'm going to have to say, Battlefield 2042. Simply because when I found out they were not including the campaign, that was disappointment alone. I really wanted to play this title, have my heart set on it, but I do not like where they're taking this franchise. I even tried the beta, and I honestly thought it did not feel like a next step up to me. In all honesty, it felt like you guys spent all this time making what you added a tornado to the game or some shit. Like I literally couldn't figure out where they spent all this time and why it's what you put in 128 players. Is that what the magic of it is? It's because you got rid of the campaign, blah blah blah. But anyway, that was so right off the bat that was disappointing. I didn't even buy it and I refused to buy it. That would be most disappointing. Most surprising, obviously, which turned out to be my game of the year, is It Takes Two. Phenomenal game, start to finish. Can't recommend it enough. It's now on Game Pass. I knew it was going to be solid. I just didn't think it would be that good. I mean, compared to the previous offerings from Hazelight, this game is remarkable how much they've learned from everything prior to and infused it in this game and made it an absolute blast. And it's co-op. And again, even before it came to Game Pass, anybody could play it because you only needed one person to own the game. Just a great co-op run. We need more of that. We need more of these great games, great graphics, great, all that stuff. So that was a great surprise, and it is my game of the year. I stand by it. It still is. And criminally overlooked game of the year, it can almost come down to two. Almost a tie here. I'm going to say possibly Psychonauts 2. Because I think it still won't get as much love as it deserves. It's a phenomenal game that, like you look at the top of the sales. I mean, one of the best games of this year, bar none. And you don't see it like anywhere close to like being up in the top of the sales. And this is what's wrong with the game industry. This is what I'm saying. Games like this and It Takes Two and a few other ones should be in those top 10s. And they're not. Why is that? Right? Why are these games never in some of those tops, even they're two of the best games anybody could play all year? And real gamers raved about them. But nobody wants to play them, right? So that I have a problem with. If it's Mario, if you got a universally recognized property, it seems to help. But if you're not, so is it a marketing thing? Is it just, I don't know. But either which way, and the other one I'm going to say might have been Biomutants. Phenomenal game that came out early this year, and I felt that it would get overlooked very quickly because it came out sort of right in between everything, came out a little bit before the summer, and it's not further enough in the year to often be considered in sort of a game of the year category, but it's a phenomenal little game. And, people should definitely give that one a try. So I think that was a game that most people don't. And I think probably one of the most overrated games this year. Meg, you're going to hate me for this. Or I don't even know if it was overrated, but certainly had a lot of hype behind it. And I don't think it lived up to it. And that would be Outriders. Outriders I felt was good, but very disappointing in a lot of ways.
Damn you to hell, Noof. Game was fucking awesome.
Although I did have a lot of fun playing with you that time on Outriders, and hopefully you'll go back and join me so I can get further in it.
Did you and I play together? I don't even remember that.
We did.
Shit.
We did at one point. Yes, we did. We played for a few missions on that, as a matter of fact. I think you were just helping me. Like you'd already been a lot further than me, but you were helping me out for a bit.
Oh, I remember now. Yeah.
Wasn't it me, you, and was it your cousin or somebody you knew?
No, it was somebody else. I can't remember who it was. Damn it. Anyway, whatever. But I remember. Yeah. That was it was awesome. Oh, I remember. Yeah, no, it was a friend of mine. He was actually a fellow chef from like another restaurant or whatever. But
right.
Yeah, he joined us.
Right, there you have it. So
yeah, that game was fucking whatever.
What was everybody's game of the year? I don't know if your surprise game of the year was your game of the year. So Wize Old Gamer, what is your game of the year of 2021?
Well, I got to give it hands down to Psychonauts 2. I mean, to this day, I keep going back to that game. I've played that game over 3 times through, and each time I go back, I love it. I mean, it's just the thought that went into it. I just love every bit of it. Let me go back for a second and talk about what the game disappointment. One of my biggest game disappointments of 2020, 2021 that you remind me. It has to be the lack of co-op in Halo Infinite. And I know they told us before the game was going to come out that it's not going to have co-op, but after playing the game through and just seeing the expanse, I just keep going back and thinking to myself how cool it would be to have like couch co-op with my little boy, or to team up with a couple of people and taking out one of these forward operating bases. So not that the game is bad, but I really miss not having a co-op in that game. So, But I'm still a Halo fan. I woke up this morning with a halo around the base of my penis. So.
Jeez. Oh man. Well, you know what? It is disappointing, but you know one of the nice things about playing this campaign solo though is there's a little bit less distraction. You are focused more on the story. But when you're playing co-op, sometimes you get too easily distracted with conversations that you're having by playing the game, and you're missing out on some details and stuff like that, or your buddy's kind of wandering off, and you're always like, "Get over here, man!" And you know what I mean. So, yeah. But
that's why I prefer playing story mode, like story games or whatever. I don't like playing them with other people because they, talking and this and like, so what are you doing? I'm like, fuck, I'm playing the game with you, asshole. What do you think I'm doing? Shut up.
Yeah, I'm trying to listen to the cut screen, damn it.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, I remember I was playing, I can't remember what the fuck I was playing, a 4-player co-op something or other. Oh my God, Noof. It was on one of the nights that we were playing Borderlands 3. And you were there, and then you left, by the way. And then you're like, all right, guys, I got to go. I'm like, the fuck, Noof? You left me with these strangers. And then one of the guys got Taco Bell. I'm not kidding. And all you can hear is this. And then someone else goes, what the fuck is that noise? And I'm sitting here, and then the other guy's arguing. He's like, I'm fucking eating, man. I'm hungry as shit.
Yeah.
Right? And then this other guy's talking, and I'm sitting there going, oh my God, please just strike me down now. Smite me now, as Titan would think. I'm like, please take me now, because I'm trying to listen to the story, and this guy's eating Taco Bell. The other guy's yelling at him. Like, can you imagine that shit while you're trying to figure out? Wait, the Halo story's already fucking convoluted as it is. I don't know what the fuck's going on. They're like, well, the founders, this, that, and the other thing brought a ring from 8,000 years ago, and now it's here. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What's happening? Who's the bad guy? You know what I mean? Just point me to the bad guy.
Speaking of eating, that was one of our highlights of 2021 as well, having our guest Dragonheart Yobi on the show and his infamous chip munching during that one podcast.
Oh, fuck.
It was hilarious.
And then I'm writing in the chat, I'm like, who the fuck is eating right now? I'm going to kill. And then eventually he's like, oh, shit, you guys can hear that? I'm like, dude, hear it. It sounds like you're eating on my lap. Yeah.
Well, I'm not eating, but I'm getting something eaten. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, she doesn't make much noise, so it's okay.
He's doing that while he's doing the show. It comes up with his mic's all fucking gooey.
Well, you smear enough peanut butter, the dog will play with you.
Oh boy.
Hello, Skippy. Oh my God, crazy.
That reminds me of the time when I gave the Common Sense
What does
Award.
that remind you of? What? He's talking about a dog licking peanut butter, and you're like, that reminds me of the time. And then she's just like, I don't want to hear the end of that sentence.
No, it's not Wize Old Gamer bad, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah. If we ever go to Titan Drago's house and we find out he's got more than 2 jars of giant peanut butter in his cabinets, we're gonna start wondering.
No, I gave Crispy Rambo the Common Sense Award one week for having sex with his wife with the show in the background.
That's fucking great. Yeah.
That's what that reminded me of, man.
And for those of you judging me in the chat, after 18 years of marriage, you got to do what you got to do. That's all I got to say.
18.
Well said. His marriage points right there from Wize Old Gamer. Keep the peanut butter handy. The original Next Level Gaming, our good friend Mike Mullis in the chat. And he says, you guys always bring the greatness. I'm sitting here doing IT grunt work, and you are making it more enjoyable. Happy holidays, my gaming family. Well, happy holidays to you. I see
Mike.
Graphic God is hanging out with us in the chat. Good to see him here tonight. Dragonheart goes, I said I was sorry, you hootenannies. It's all good. It's all good. Dragonheart, by the way, we got to get you back on this show early in the new year. We loved having you, and that was just a funny moment. The way it came out was just great. So yeah. Okay.
I got a message for Graphic God. I want to quote a line from Pretty Woman. I have money. Give me an avatar. I'll pay. Sorry.
Well, yes, you can always go to xboxgamerpicks.com and Jay will certainly whip you up something in a fast fashion and do it pretty damn well too. So,
and if you pay him extra, he'll just whip you.
DJ Bertodos in the chat. Hey, DJ Berto, good to see you. He's been a great supporter of the show throughout 2021 and so forth. My highlight for 2021 was when Noof cut the cheese live in the air. Yes, I forgot that. That was great.
So he liked half of the shows we've done.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
So is that the smell coming out of my mic?
But it was the best one. There was one that was just went over really good. Was it when we had Mike on the show and I farted and Mike just kept going like there was like nothing was happening?
Was it Mike? No, it wasn't Mike. It wasn't Mike. It was somebody else.
Well, I'm sure it was Mike too, but
I did it when Mike was on the show one time. Yeah, it might have been. Was it Husk? No, I don't think it was Husk.
I can't remember who it was, man. And it was so fucking funny because they just kept going and we were laughing.
They're going. The chat is fucking cracking up like somebody just cut the cheese. And I've
heard of Silent and Deadly, but Loud and Deadly, I've never heard of those.
Well, one of them really sounded like a shit in my pants. Like it had this runniness to it. It was gross.
No, it sounded.
It was Husk.
It sounded more like duck quacks. So.
I mean, it never comes out the way I hear it, because you got to put a microphone down there. You know what I mean? So,
oh my god!
If you could hear them live in studio, though.
Well, I recorded it. And I use it for duck hunting, so it works wonders for me.
Well, that was when I went back to that podcast, and I was actually the first comment in there, and I timestamped
it.
Yeah, I timestamped. I'm like, anybody's interested? Here's a timestamp for the fart.
Oh man, perfect. It's that Canadian food. Yeah, it could be. Chicken's really bad. If I had chicken before the show, look the fuck out.
What do you mean Canadian food? We're like 2 hours from the American border. What do you think we're in Bangladesh?
We eat the same shit as you do.
Yeah, we have the same shit you do, motherfuckers.
Oh,
that
man.
Jim Carrey shit. And he goes, yeah, I just play along. And they'll be like, it was a frozen tundra wasteland.
Here.
If me and Nantuk were to survive.
Yeah, I'll let Massol answer this question from Cybergunter. How is everyone liking the gunk? I have a feeling Massol's got, or Wize Old Gamer's probably got a great answer to that one.
Well, I downloaded the game and I was really excited. I thought it was about gunk and I said, okay, good. Finally a game for me. And I saw two girls there and I played, I think, 5 hours into the game. I've not seen nothing but black gunk. So I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah, that sounds like you had a cheap whorehouse.
Well, yeah. Are there any other kind?
Sometimes there's those fancy ones.
Fancy whorehouse.
Fancy whorehouse.
I live in Alabama. We only have one kind.
Those high stakes whorehouses. Those ones you really got to break out the credit card for. Take out the second mortgage.
Yeah, ours are expensive. I'm going to Alabama. It'd probably be cheaper to fly down there, go there, and then come back here.
Yeah, we get the family discount.
Oh, perfect. And coming from Alabama, yeah, that sounds about right.
Exactly.
Family is right.
So, yeah, I mean, all
number 3.
Well, to be honest with you, I played the game, and I think it's really good. I mean, I know a lot of people did not care for it, and I know there was that one time some of the Xbox were like, fanboys were telling folks, oh, this is going to be better than Ratchet and Clank. I don't think it's better than Ratchet and Clank, but it really is good for its own merits. So I'm having a good time with it. I think I'm halfway through it. Yeah. So
I'm gonna try it tomorrow. Actually, I haven't even turned it on. Like I said, I've been like obsessed with Halo, right? And then once I get stuck in that open world, man, fucking forget about it. Like I'm not turning on any other game. But I might take a break and then give the gunk a try. I heard it's not that long, like only like 5 or 6 hours or something like that, or even less.
Well, I'm just like you. I'm a completionist, so I go pretty slow through it and take my time because I'm actually between this game and Halo during my quick response. And most of the time I'm playing Halo, but it is a good way for me to wind down after all those gunfights at Halo and before I go to bed. So I get about 30 minutes to an hour in, and I think I want to say I'm more than 50% of the way done, but I've got 5 hours into the game. But
oh wow, okay, all right.
Wize Old Gamer, have you played Evil Genius 2?
I have not had a chance to play Evil Genius 2. No.
Do it.
Just some tidbits about the channel, guys. As I told the guys off air, I went back to the analytics, and our most viewed podcast of the year was on March 9th when we had Mr. Boomstick XL and ACS Husk on the show. Sorry, not Husk, Pong Soul. My bad. So it was Mr. Boomstick and Pong Soul, and we came in with the total views of just over 1,300 views, which is not too bad for a little channel. This whole year has been pretty good, very steady overall. We've had a few, again, shows that were crazy and off the rails. The numbers were up, and other ones where they were a little bit whatever, like I said. But we appreciate everybody that stuck by us this year. I know the time slot is late for some people. We do get a lot of people checking this podcast out on the replay because I see lots of comments the day after. And, but the bottom line is, and the comment that always comes back that makes us all happy between me, Mag, and Titan is when people leave those comments like, man, you made my shitty day amazing. Like, you got me through some tough times, or you made us laugh. And, oh, man, your show was dynamite last night. And, the skits or whatever. It's just been awesome. So we appreciate everybody that's been here through the entire year and beyond. And like I said, whether you watch for 1 minute or you watch for the entire 2 hours, you guys are amazing. You appreciate it. Yeah, a few crazy shows. A lot of them have been crazy. That's what the thing with this one. It's hard to find the standouts because a lot of the nights when we close the show, me and Titan and Mag were like, man, God, that was just nuts. Too many moments to even count. So yeah, it take me like 2 weeks probably to go through all the shows and find all this shit. So,
well, I want to thank you guys. You guys have saved me so much money on laxatives. It's incredible. So.
Yeah, I can't believe how many times I've been like crying, laughing, Mac, not emotionally crying, but
not
just
Days Gone crying.
Yeah, exactly. Not Days Gone crying, but just you guys crack me up so much, man. The tears start falling. Red face, man. You name it. Fucking makes for a great fucking Tuesday
Wize Old
night.
Gamer,
every
why does it sound like a Colombian fucking drug den over there in your house? All I hear is fucking beer cans and like fucking bong hits.
Sounds like a vape.
Well, as I said, the dog is halfway through the peanut butter, so I'm getting pretty relaxed.
It's fucking ridiculous over there. What's going on over there? We're just talking about the fucking Taco Bell situation. Here's fucking Wize Old Gamer snorting lines of coke right on the microphone.
Well, it sounds better than farts, doesn't it?
Quite possibly. Speaking of farts, Splendiferous, he drops $2 in the super chat and says, that fart was ass to mouth, Noof. Very disgusting. Yes, and speaking of disgusting, the time when felching was brought up and we basically stumped Mag right in his tracks. Most times he's no shortage of words, but I thought we were going to watch him puke live on the air here.
That was definitely one of them I was crying during, man.
Oh, and all
I
the
never
times
heard of that before.
Titan went nuts. All the times Titan went nuts on the show and had his epic rants. All you got to do is get him going on something Sony related, and you get some epic rants out of Titan. That's for sure.
Yeah, they could piss me off like some bad randoms in Smite.
Do you guys have any special things that you want to bring up about the show this year? Any news and notes? I mean, it's been a big year for all of us. That sort of stuff, and. So anything Titan, Mag, you guys want to bring forward about this past year? Anything that stood out to you that you'd like to bring up?
I think we pretty much covered it. However, Masshole just pointed out that 2021 was there's two big moments for that involved the Mag. One was when the Mag became the gag when I almost threw up on the air. There was that when we were talking about the felching, and then someone else just Doggy Dog brought it. That was from Masshole. Doggy Dog just brought up the Tony Bologny versus Cletus fight. That was a fucking battle, man.
Oh, what about the time that Tony Bologny got his first L in Dragos Corner by Axel? That was a good one.
That was terrible. He was awful. It was it was a pity fuck at best.
I remember I remember that episode where you were choking and we all thought that you were not going to make it, and we were like worried that you were choking, and Noof said no. Noof said no, he's not going to choke. So that was a pity fuck at best, Titan. Okay, they were just tired of me winning. That's what happened.
He's still sore about that one.
It was awful. It wasn't even funny.
I just want to know how Noof knows that you can't choke.
Well, he knows. My gag reflex is good for that. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Anyhow, no, that was basically it, man. We covered the whole fucking year, basically.
More or less. So looking ahead to 2021, like I said, hardware's out of the way, all that sort of stuff. What are you guys looking forward to most in 2022? Wize Old Gamer, anything that stands out that's sort of on your must-have list for the next year, whether it's hardware or software?
Well, there's 2 games I'm really pumped for, and one game that may come out that I'm actually pretty excited for. So in the first half of the year, I would have to give that award to Horizon Forbidden West. I mean, I really love the last game, and Aloy, well, let's say I just got to buy more PlayStation controllers. And I'm just totally psyched about that game. I bought the big elephant, and then I paid like what was like $250 at GameStop for that big elephant one. And then I figured out there was no game inside. So I'm like, okay, so I paid $258 for an elephant.
Give me the big fucking elephant.
Yeah, I could use that.
He's going to get his uses out of it for sure.
Trust me. If not me, my wife definitely will. So then I would say the later half of the year would definitely be Starfield. I mean, anyone not looking forward to Starfield is just lying to themselves. And whether Nintendo releases Breath of the Wild 2, that would probably be my third most anticipated game of next year. So,
right. Great picks. How about you, Titan? Anything in 2022 on your radar? Whatever it might be, games, consoles, whatever.
2022, gotta go with Starfield. Yeah, I can't fraud out on that. I've been that's just been. I mean, when Tim Dog can tweet the word Starfield and get 5,000 new followers, I mean that's the hype that game has. That's the power that game has, and that is, until Elder Scrolls, till we get some more on Elder Scrolls 6 or Fable, till we get some more information on those two. Starfield takes the cake from me then.
Nice.
I would love to hear a lot more. I would, because I don't think Fable is going to be around for at least a couple of years, but I would sure like maybe to see some gameplay of Fable. Just let us know what it's about sometime during this year. I would also just want information on that game too.
Right. DJ Berto Das, once again, dropping $2 in the super chat. You're right, Mag. That Dragos Corner was rigged.
Thank you.
How we rig it when you vote for it?
The fans were voting for it because they felt bad for him.
Well, they sure didn't feel bad for Ivan Drago.
No, well, Ivan Drago said like 3 fucking words.
Oh, shit. How about you, Meg? Anything you're excited for in 2022, be it games, hardware, etc.?
Yes, I'm actually excited for, obviously, for whatever game, Starfield and everything else, Game Pass, whatever they got cooking up for the next 12 months. On the third-party front, I am super looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy. I'm a monster Harry Potter fan. Love Harry Potter.
Nice.
And so I can't wait to fucking play that game. I've been waiting like literally years for that. The other ones, I'll play them. I'll play them when I play them. And I'm also, believe it or not, I'm actually, if the rumors are true, which I believe they are, is that Modern Warfare 2 will be coming out next year. So maybe that will get me back into the Call of Duty thing, regardless of all the bullshit going on over there. If they make a good game, I'll play it. But anyways, there's that. But honest to God, what I'm all joking aside, what I'm really looking forward to in 2022 is for Sony to finally start competing again, because they're going to have some great games coming out next year. And Sony I'm going to play them because I got a PS5 sitting here staring at me. And I already bought the Legacy of Thieves Uncharted collection because Uncharted is in my top 2 favorite franchises of all time, or top 3, excuse me. And so I got the Legacy of Thieves coming in January. February, as Wize Old Gamer said, we've got Horizon Forbidden West coming. I'm going to be playing that. I look forward to Forspoken in the spring, and of course God of War in the fall. So it's for exclusive wise on the PlayStation side. That's some decent fucking games, man. So
Mag, I gotta know. You say you like Harry Potter. Do you have
Yes.
2 questions? First of all, do you have any Harry Potter wands? And did you know
Yes.
that there are Harry Potter wands that are like remote controls?
Yeah, dude, I went to fucking the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Florida. I flew from Toronto to fucking
wife has
Florida
a-
to go there.
My wife has a battery operated Harry Potter wand.
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a little thicker than mine though, Wize Old Gamer.
Swish
But
and
yeah,
flick.
no, I got everything, man. And actually, funny enough, for our anniversary, Chef Trouble and I were going to go see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway. So
Nice.
we got tickets for that shit. So that's gonna be fucking awesome. And I've read the books, I think, like 5-6 times, the entire series over. Played all the games, watched the movies like hundreds of times. So, anyways, yeah. So back to the PlayStation. Yes, I am looking forward to the PlayStation this year and what they got to offer. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is their fucking prices. However, I am now finally game sharing with someone, so I will be able to split that cost. So for the 2 games that I buy, someone else is going to buy the other 2 games. So that's not too bad.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's like me paying $50 for a game, $50 Canadian, by the way. So because the games are $100 here. So for PlayStation games anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. And the Elden Ring. I'm really, really looking forward to Elden Ring. I mean, that's it for my 2022.
Elden Ring looks amazing, but obviously not a game I will be buying. So simply because we all know why. It's a From Software game. And I don't feel like getting kicked in the nuts and destroying controllers. So that's reason enough not to buy it for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's hard to say, because a lot of release dates are not nailed down. So I'm going to go with what I do know. And that is, I'm super excited, obviously, for Horizon Forbidden West. It looks absolutely amazing. And now my problem is I need to get another PlayStation 5, which I hope that is something that gets remedied in 2022, is actually going into a damn store. Well, it probably will get remedied in 2023. That's probably how long we're going to wait.
Yeah.
But I hope that I can actually walk into a effing store and see one of these things sitting on a shelf outside of Nintendo Switches and, should I say, forbid, Series S's. If I want one of those, I can get one. Not a problem. But trying to get a Series X or friggin' PS5 it's like the Sesame Street gang trying to catch a peek of Snuffleupagus.
It's not going to happen, dude.
It's not happening.
Silicone, because the Series S is not made with the same silicone that Series X and PS5 are made with. And same with the Switch, right? So that's why they mass-produced the Series S, because it was easier to do right now. And, of course, it's cheaper.
I shouldn't have got rid of my PS5, but hey, what can I say? I needed the money. I had so many bills in the middle of the summer. So new Phenomics was at work.
I can say that Microsoft is emailing certain people for a privilege to buy one of the Halo Xbox Series X bundles. So I got an email just the other day, and I got my order in for the Series X bundle. So I'm getting the Halo one. So yeah.
Well, you know what else is bullshit? I'm an Onyx member at GameStop, right? Which is their highest tier level fucking membership. And on their membership, it says when you're Onyx, especially, they're basically supposed to hold product for you. If you want a product, they'll fucking hold it for you, but they won't hold you when the console comes in. They won't even give you a call to say it's in the back of the store. If you can get down here in 30 minutes, it would be like, cool, man. I'll try to get there. If I'm out of luck, I'm out of luck, but at least have a chance, right?
They do it at mine. Like they actually called me.
Fucking losers at my store. Fucking
Shit,
bunch of
they called me.
Fucking dickweeds.
Well, they called me 6 months after I got my PS5 because I forgot I even put my name down because when I bought 2 Series X's day one, right? So I got 2 Series X's, and when I was standing there, I'm like, oh, you know what? Just put me down for a PS5, whatever. I don't give a shit which one, digital or fucking disc. And they're like, all right, cool. And I forgot all about it because then like 5 days later, I got a buddy of mine to go snag me a PS5. So he got me a PS5. And then 6 months later, they called me. GameStop calls me. They're like, yeah, we got like 4 or 5 PS5s here. We have digital and disc if you want one. Your name's right here. I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. I already got one. And they're like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I got one. What the fuck am I going to do with 2 of them? And then he's like, all right, man. So like they actually had a list. So that's kind of weird that yours didn't. I mean, it's the same fucking company. Maybe they're just assholes.
The GameStop that I go to, I go there all the time because it's one of those. It's not a store in a mall. It's like outside, and it's the closest one. And I've just been going there for years. Yeah. But they always end up getting like when you get a few decent staff. I like they never stay, and then they get all these fucking idiots. They're blatantly PlayStation fans trying to sell me PlayStation copies when I blatantly ask for Xbox ones. Hey, you sure you don't want the PS4 one? I just asked for fucking Xbox One, dipshit. Or they don't know what I'm fucking talking about. It's pretty bad when I got to walk into the store and I got to tell them the fucking release dates on all the games. They spent about a half an hour trying to come up with the release date. Hey, let me check my computer. Fucking 20. Dude, I just fucking told you it comes out on the 20th, dipshit. Like, do you guys fucking work in the store or you just jack off in the back? What the fuck are you doing? Wake the fuck up. It pisses me off because I spend a lot of goddamn money at fucking GameStop. I'm trying to keep these fuckers open and their doors open, and they fucking treat me like a fucking yeehaw. Like, god damn it. Like, Cletus is going to go in there and burn out one of these fucking stores. Yeah, this is going to happen. So wake the fuck up, GameStop, you twiddle dicks. Jesus Christ. Can you tell I get fucking worked up with the amount of goddamn money I fucking had in the store? It's like the stock market. New Phenomics worked out real good. You fuckers getting $60 and $70 for a game you gave me fucking 25 cents for, you motherfuckers.
Wow. I don't know if that Onyx thing is a Canadian exclusive because we don't have Onyx membership here. We just have regular and pro, and that's about
they have
it.
Onyx, Platinum, fucking. There's like 4 tiers. Onyx is the top. You have to spend a shit ton of money in that store to get it. You get this nice little card, looks fucking cool, but it has no perk. The only perk it's giving me is it gives me about an extra 20 to 30% trade value on stuff that I turn in, which sometimes is pretty good. If they're running certain specials in store, it starts to add up, right? Of course, New Phenomics 101. But outside of that, but all the other perks are basically nullified. It's like, so you won't even call me if this fucking shipment shows up. Can you not even give me a call? What do I got to do? Stand outside the door and fucking in the fucking frosty cold and wait there like a jackass?
Yeah, that's what they say to like a lot of them. They're just like, yeah, just call us every day.
Whenever it shows up, you just got to get lucky. I have a better chance of getting lucky with your mother, so get the fuck back in the back, man. Come on, let's go.
Our inbred pricks don't even know how to pick up a phone here, so.
Exactly. I mean, so it just drives me nuts. But anyway, that's a totally rant for another day. I have Game Pass now, yes, but I'm trying my best to keep in line, man, with buying physical shit. Like
fuck them. Who gives a fuck? They had their time. They had their time in the sun, man. Take them out the pasture. Fuck off. Get with the times.
I should be just going to fucking Best Buy instead. Fuck, better off anyway.
Hey, I've lost everything else physical in my life. I need to keep my games physical.
I buy my Harry Potter paraphernalia at GameStop. That's about it. And then the occasional Nintendo Switch game if it's on sale for the kids. That's it. Other than that, I don't buy shit from them. But the problem is if you got a problem with digital, what are you gonna do? Curse at your TV? Because ain't nobody gonna listen, right? So
Jesse, I've signed up on the email programs. I get emails from nobody that they're stock. Nothing. I've got all these. Oh, sign up for the email. No, nobody gets. I don't get nothing, man. I don't see shit in my email stock. So I don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah, nothing happens. It's either get lucky or get fucked. It's one of the two.
I need a moment here. We're at the time.
We're at the time.
So do you want to do that? Do you want to do that on video, or do you want to have
we're going to do it on video, are we not?
That's up to you guys.
Well, Tony Bologny's coming on video, so Safe Us Sam can come on video if you even want to see that fucker.
Yeah, sounds good.
I just have one more question for you guys, and while we're waiting for Tony Bologny, this was just 2021. Outside of games and all that shit that we talk about here, what was perhaps your favorite personal moment this year? Did you go on a great holiday? Did you get to meet someone special? Go to an awesome sporting event? Check out a wicked movie? Anything like that? Wize Old Gamer, how about you, man? What was a big stand-up moment for you in 2020, if you had any? Or maybe it was just staying clear of COVID.
Well, not trying to bring the chat down any, but I wasn't even supposed to be here. I almost lost my life earlier this year, and it was a secondary cause to one of my tumors that I have in my stomach. And they had an operation, and I was bleeding in the operating room, and they put me into a medically induced coma. And yeah, I came out. God. Yeah, I came out in February, and I'm not even supposed to be here. So that would be definitely my biggest moment of 2022. And to be honest,
that you're here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I remember something about that because you disappeared for quite a while, and then I asked you where you were, and then you said you had some medical issues. But obviously, I didn't press and ask you. But yeah, I knew about it.
Yeah, I was under for about a week, and when I came out, I didn't know a week was gone, and yeah, they almost lost me. So that was a pretty scary thing. On the ride home, though, my wife was like, I don't think you can die, and I said, why not? She said, probably your body's probably too stupid to realize it should be dead. So yeah, I mean, it was So that would be my that was a big year for me. So.
Your wife's like, would you get out of here already so I can collect the insurance money?
Wow.
I'm a teacher. What's she going to get? What's she going to get?
Fuck, teachers up here are millionaires. Fuck, you guys should move to Canada.
Yeah, we're living in the wrong place.
Living in the wrong fucking place, man. They're making 6 figures plus up here.
We have to have 6 jobs down here, so.
Yeah.
No, not over here, man. Over here, they live like fucking kings. We hate teachers over here. No wonder I fucking hate Titan.
Oh shit.
So anyhow, who's ready to fucking rumble?
Hey, I'm gonna play this in a second. Yeah, let's get ready to roll here. I gotta take a second as well. How about you, Titan? What was one of the big moments for you this in 2021?
Man, you know what? I really can't just narrow it down to just one moment. I don't think, man. Like, because it's been such a good year. I've gotten to spend so much time with my family playing games and shit, doing what I love to do. And, what I'm lucky that, my boys love to do as well. We all love to play games together. And like, we're playing we play Fortnite together. We've been playing Among Us together a lot. And man, it's just like those times right there, man, is what I really, that's what I really cherish, when we can do what we all love together. And we've done it a good amount this year. So we're really lucky, I think.
Absolutely. A great point. Yeah, it's about family, man, especially in these times right now, because some people had pretty rough years. All that stuff. Yes, I know I sound a bit weird. I
couldn't help it. We're talking about something serious, and all I can hear is the fucking muffled.
How about you, Mag? What was one of the big moments for you this year? I know it's kind of hard, but yeah.
Well, I gotta say, you know what? I gotta basically mirror what Titan said and even what Wize Old Gamer said. Listen, just happy to be here. Just happy to have a healthy, happy family, all that kind of stuff. Have a great community. See a lot of new followers and stuff, and a lot of appreciation for all the work that I've been doing on a lot of my little skits and videos and stuff like that. There'll be a hell of a lot more stuff coming in 2022. Be prepared, folks. So there's going to be all kinds of stuff. But that's it. A great year of gaming. A great year, like I said, with family. We all got work. We didn't have any problems. The COVID thing wasn't too bad for us or whatever. So all in all, it was a very good year. So anyways, I'm just like I said, just happy to be here. Happy to have family and friends and everything else. And it's all good.
Yeah, well, for me, I've had some hardships, and in this past year, I've had some hardships, but I've had a lot of good things as well. Like I said, and the two main things for me this year was getting my motorcycle back in July after 20 years of basically hemming and hawing and wanting one. Finally got one, and that was amazing for me this summer. And the second biggest moment of the year for me was a no-brainer, and that was meeting the middle-aged game guy live and in person and Chef Trouble.
Nice.
I almost forgot about it. It slipped my mind.
I can't tell you how amazing that was to finally meet them in person. We had a great time.
Yeah, man.
And super excited to get back there again, probably in the summer of next year, if God be willing and everything goes well. So that was a highlight for me this year.
Yeah.
It's finally nice to put, you see the faces or you hear the voices, but it's really nice to meet someone in person. And also that connection that we had immediately. It wasn't
Instantly.
like,
it was like we knew each other already.
Yeah, you felt like family right from the get-go, and that's not something you find with everybody.
Yeah.
Have y'all uploaded the video to Pornhub yet?
Well, it was just kind of one of those things where it's just like we met, and as soon as he came out of the elevator, I'm like, that's new for sure. And then you came out and whatever, and then we got in the car, and then we went over and had dinner, and it was just like, yeah. So, anyways, like it was just like we just finished a conversation already, like that. You know what I mean? Like it was just not. There was no like that. That first time meeting someone, awkward, weird. You don't know what to say. It wasn't anything like that. It was just kind of like we were already friends, and we were just separated for an entire lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think Chef's Trouble, she never did post that little video of me and you going nuts on the Rambo game.
Oh, she didn't? Oh, fuck!
No.
I gotta look into that now.
Never,
Fuck, I forgot
remember
all
she
about
was filming us on the phone when
Yeah,
we were doing the Rambo?
We were playing
That
the
was fucking
Rambo game.
awesome.
Yeah, that was
It was great.
hilarious. Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna get on to move right along and get into a Dragos Corner. So set it up for us, Drago.
All right, so this is our special year-end edition. This is going to be the first free-for-all edition of Dragos Corner. So the rules are going to be pretty much the same. The only difference is we're going to have 3 rounds. Same thing, 1 winner at the end of each round. And if we have a tie at the end of 3 rounds, then there will be a bonus 4th round to determine a winner, okay? So everything else is going to handle like normal. But you've got me, Titan Drago, in one corner. In another corner, go ahead, New. Who do we got?
In the next corner, you guys have got one of the raunchiest, most sadistic sons of bitches that you can find in the podcast game. And that is, it's Mr. Safe House Sam. I hope you guys are ready.
All right, and in the final corner, Maggie, show us who you're bringing.
Aloy, bitch!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Boy.
All right, so round 1 is going to start. So this is just going to be a free-for-all, so have it till everyone just imagine yourself in a ring, just throwing blows at whoever's the closest one to you. Ding, 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 ding.
Who wants to go first?
Well, the first thing I got to know is how the fuck did Titan Drago's Corner turn into such a fucking freak show?
I mean,
I got the failed at life coked out Wendy's backup broad over here, and then I got the fucking failed at life coked out amalgamation of kids' nightmares.
Let me tell you something. You got something to say about Wendy's chicks? I got more beef in my pussy than you got down your pants, son. Anything you want to say now? Safe House Sam, you got something to say? With those teeth?
Man. Yeah, Safe House Sam and bitches. Yeah, you finally see me in the flesh. And I'm sorry if I've disappointed you. I can't help it. I look like a mutated dick in the middle of summer. But that is what we're doing, baby, up in here. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. Who the fuck is that redhead chick down there? I gotta get a piece of that action on. Let me tell you. You smell like a quarter pounder, baby. Let's go.
Safe House Sam, looks like the only thing you're giving tonight is teeth only blowjobs. So let's why don't you just stay on your side of the corner, please?
Oh, you know you like that stuff,
Wow. Okay.
Aloy, let's get serious now. Who the fuck did you felch with to bore Safe House Sam over there?
Well, let me tell you something. Speaking of felching, let me tell you something. I was talking to Wize Old Gamer, right? And Wize Old Gamer says, oh, he's got all these comebacks. The only time he's going to get any comeback is when he's felching you, Titan.
Aloy, you look like my fucking 12-year-old son first draft of a cross-dresser.
I actually kind of look like Doggy Dog 420. With pigtails and nicer breasts.
There's more red pubes in this corner than I care to count right now.
Oh, by the way, Wize Old Gamer, another thing, seeing that you're sitting all there silent and everything else, you were telling us earlier that your kids say you're going to fall flat on your face on the show. Well, while you're down on your face, stay down there so I can peg you from behind.
I think I just found out why Safe House Sam's voice is so fucked up. He's fucking eating out.
Because I had some dental work done, bitch. Can't you see that? It ain't fucking easy to talk when your mouth is stretched like your mama's asshole.
That's the fucking fixed version. Jesus Christ. Let's end round 1. Let's end round 1 right there. All right, chat. I'm gonna put round 1 and you vote. Hold on, round.
Doggy Dog, I'm only kidding for fuck's sake. It's only because you got long hair. You don't look like this.
Go ahead and vote either Titan, Safe House, or Alloy. Go ahead and get your votes in now for round 1. Try and keep your own votes, guys. I'm going to try and... That's Aloy, Kilo. Kylo, Milo,
Whatever.
Titan,
It's
Sam.
Mag.
all I gotta
We
say,
understand.
all I gotta say, Noof, is that I know you had a good time with Mag, but why did you have to start looking like his scrotum?
Sexiest looking ball sack ever right here, son, bitch. So, yeah, let's go, baby. Wouldn't you like to see this go down on your private parts? Yeah. Can you imagine this going down on your old lady? She looking up and seeing this.
All right, the round one is gonna go to Aloy.
Aloy wins, bitch. There it is. All
Aloy
right.
wins round one. So round two, go ahead and let's start it. Ding, ding, ding.
Well, you know what? Speaking of which, I got Titan always bitching in the corner over there. Let me tell you something, Titan. You were talking about earlier in the show. You said, "Oh, it's an end of year celebration. We got some noisemakers." I don't have any noisemakers. Well, you know what? Your dumb fucking mouth is just one big noisemaker. Okay. Let me tell you something. Whenever you were talking last week, you're like, "I like rocks." You want to see some rocks, bitch? Right here. Look at this. Right there. Two big, beautiful rocks like that. Yeah, you like that?
God.
That's some Unreal Engine 5 there, baby. That's Unreal Engine right here. Look, realistic. Woo!
Safe House is losing his shit.
Yeah, well, Safe House. I kill dinosaurs for a living. You look like a dinosaur's testicle that has teeth on it.
Are we on fucking YouTube? Because for a second there, I thought we was on Twitch. I thought we was on Twitch, and we gonna get kicked off there. We gonna get banned. Someone gonna complain. We seeing a bit too much skin in here. We got this redheaded chick down here, fucking half naked, and you got this motherfucking ball sack motherfucker up here with me. Sam, I'm sorry, I look like a scrotum, bitch. But hey, you know what? When I walk into a grocery store, nobody fucks with this face. I can step right up in the line and say, "Get the fuck out of the way, you old hag!" And she look at me, she be like, "Yeah, you can have the whole goddamn lane. I'm out of here."
I got a problem with Aloy. Aloy like hunts dinosaurs. You know she fucks them things, right? Like not even a fucking dinosaur can please this bitch's cathedral between her fucking legs, man. Aloy, how many robotic raptors you let doggy style you, and how many pairs of batteries does it take?
It's not my fault my clit's bigger than your dick.
I think the only reason Aloy is alive is because her mom wipes her ass back to front.
Fuck that. Hey, Aloy, I bet you love Elon Musk, man. He's the only one building a big enough rocket for your re-entry.
That was actually pretty good. Yeah.
Say
come back to that.
Noof can't like Aloy because he doesn't like open worlds.
Yo, I gotta say here, Aloy, it only took how many goddamn episodes for Titan to finally say something that was fucking funny?
A year and a half, maybe?
I mean, he finally said something funny. I'm crying over here. I'm crying. Can you see those tears? I'm crying over here.
You don't even have eyelids, which is something that I would do to myself if I ever had to sit down and play Smite. I cut off my own fucking eyelids. You know, Titan was talking about jumping back into the game. He goes, "I really want to enjoy jumping back into the game. The only thing I do when I see Smite is I want to jump out a fucking window."
Aloy, but fucking my shaved balls have less hair on them than your face, man. Fucking.
Oh my god.
Let's call that the end of round two. Go ahead and vote round two. I'm gonna put
That's
it.
In the chat. Noof gave up. He's done. He probably died in that mask.
He can't breathe up in there. Round two, either vote Titan.
No, I'm still here, bitch. I know you got all excited because you thought you were gonna win by default, but I ain't fucking done. I just had, I had to put my dentures away because I couldn't talk fucking very good.
Titan wins round two.
So far, we'll give it a few more seconds.
It's all Titan.
Oh,
Titan,
hello.
Titan. Yeah, you got it. Round two.
I went hard on Aloy.
Like that shit, I'm coming in hard on this one, boys. Round three.
Even the clitoris joke didn't get anything? Nothing?
We got one thing.
That was funny.
Oh, we even lost Wize Old Gamer. He must have got jealous because his clip was small. I don't know. What the fuck?
That's it. Wize Old Gamer just left.
He just left. He got all repulsed up in here. Anyway, hopefully he comes back. Oh, there he is. Oh, my God. Look at that. He looks like...
Internet issues. Sorry.
He looks like Save Our Sam's brother.
Sorry, internet issues. It's the South. We lost connections.
You guys have fucking been losing your connection since the Civil War, man.
start the round 3. I'm already going.
Let's go.
Okay,
All
you
right,
lost your
round 3?
connection? Let me tell you something, Wize Old Gamer. When it comes to connections, the only thing you guys got a connection in Alabama is between you and your sister.
Our mothers, not our sisters.
Ha! Either way, same thing. Anybody else got something to say?
Yeah, closer the kin, the better the skin. You know that was right. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I see Safe House Sam took off his mask. Not much of an improvement.
Fuck no. I'm always sexy, baby. Sexy with a 0. Yeah, let's go. Come on, Titan. Get funny, baby. Get funny. That motherfucker in the corner, he's funny looking. That Aloy, but I want to see you get funny.
I'm stuck in a corner over here. I feel like I should be wanted for something. I mean, we got Safe House. He's
I
wanted
feel like
for
you should maybe leave. Just leave the show.
We got Safe House wanted for fucking holding people against their will, and fucking we got Alloy wanted for cruelty to dinosaurs. I don't know.
Cruelty to dinosaurs? That's utterly ridiculous. I love the dinosaurs.
You know what your fucking cruelty is, Titan Drago? You're cruel to the fucking developers of fucking Smite, because they wanted to put that fucking game down, but you keep playing it, and the fucking developers can't get out of the studio.
Why do we always call you Safe House when it always sounds like you're in the outhouse, man?
Maybe I am. Maybe I feel safe in the eyes. You ever think of that? Nobody wants to come near my shit.
Safe House, you fucking look like an inbred Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, it was my great grandpappy.
Safe House, you look like my fingers after being in water for too long.
You know what? Girls never complain because when they're going down on my sausage, they think they're at a barbecue.
You ladies done?
Come on, Aloy, bring it. Bring it. You got one more chance. One more chance to get in my pants.
I could just not say anything for the rest of the thing, and I've already won. I could just sit back and listen to you two balloon heads say something.
Fuck that. Alloy is the real reason for the dinosaur extinction, right? Not because she killed them. No. But she gave them a reason to give up on life. Fuck her or die. We all know how that fucking story played out.
Yeah. You know what happened? The dinosaurs went down on her. It was the first time they tasted fish and they were allergic.
Oh, God. Okay. I might have lost just that. I have no comebacks. Just want to throw up.
Safe House Sam sounds like what I sound like before my enema. So.
Oh my God!
That's
All right, get your vote in for round 3 now. Oh my God!
Come on, round 3. Give it the Safe House. My throat is gonna be fucking gone before I get to round 4.
Who gets round 3? Wize Old Gamer, apparently. Oh shit. Oh, we got a few for Sam coming up in here.
Yeah, well, they're gonna do it because they want us to go to round 4.
They're gonna fucking do it to us, eh? You're gonna make us fucking sweat. Typical chat.
Yeah. They're like, we got nothing else to do. Let's make them go even later.
It's last show of the year, man. You can stay for an extra 10 minutes. I mean, fuck, that's longer than your sex life, so there's something, right?
Upgrade to Windows 11.
Jesus, he's already upgrading Windows. That's how long we've been here. You know, that's the scariest motherfucking thing about this whole age, man. You sit there on your computer's all them fucking updates. I'd rather go on a date with psychotic clowns than fucking buy a new laptop because you got some of the goddamn updates. You're sitting there waiting. I mean, I get old looking at it.
See, masshole, dance for us clowns. Okay, fine. You want us to dance? Let's fucking dance. Start round 4, bitch. Move it.
Let's go. Round 4.
You gonna do it?
Fucking chat made us go to fucking round 4. Thanks a lot, guys.
That's fine. You know, apparently not enough beer in your fucking system, Titan. You know what? You're sitting there, you're saying, we're going to do this whole thing. You do this whole thing. Then we get into the fucking ring and you don't say a goddamn word. You're just sitting there like a mute.
Well, I didn't know it was going to be this fucking torturous. Jesus Christ. I want to fucking gouge my eyes out after this episode. This might be the very last fucking Dragos Corner there ever was.
Hey, Aloy, I mean, looking like you do all we want to know, fleshlight or dildo?
Wow, fleshlight on the clit, dildo in the ass. What's the matter with you? I already told you it's bigger than anything that those two guys up there are packing.
Yeah. You
the testosterone I take.
You know what her favorite dinosaur is? Megasaurus.
That was a good one.
Safe House, you sound like my ass when I have diarrhea, man.
That sounds like your ass. No, your ass sounds like this with diarrhea. It's like smite.
Smite.
Yeah, because it's fucking smites like shit everywhere. That's why it happens when you got diarrhea.
Why? Hey, why do we call you Alloy anyways? Is that the flavor of your crotch? Is that what you call the flavor of it?
No, because I'm hard as metal, bitch. Anything else you'd like to ask? It seems like you're stalling for time, Titan, because the only one who's talking right now is Safe House Sam. But you know what? Safe House Sam doesn't even have the balls, even though he looks like a pair of balls, that he doesn't have the balls to turn the fucking camera back on, because otherwise Noof Nukem is going to slowly asphyxiate while he's doing the show.
Because if I got to turn the camera on, you're going to see that ugly-ass motherfucking Noof Nukem, okay? And nobody needs to look at that fat motherfucking GameStop-hating motherfucker. No, do you see that guy? And
well, like
I already took my dentures out, you know what I mean? And I don't want to put them back in my face.
Safe House, don't you have a fucking blade to sharpen or something?
I do. Oh, shit, but my razor blade, and then I got to shave Aloy's bush. Yeah, because I'm always running a redhead. Yeah.
We know why he turned off the camera. Seeing Mag and Drag made Noof want to go pet his pussy.
I'm not in drag. This is how I normally look.
I'm not sure which is worse, eating a spoonful of cinnamon or a spoonful of Aloy.
Oh wow, a spoonful of Aloy will do you wonders. I mean, you might get the same diseases as Tony Bologny.
All right. Here we go. All right, you bitches.
Oh, there he is. Nutsack smack. There you go.
I should win round 5 just for my looks alone, because I'm sexy as fuck.
Is it a spoonful of
that thing? Apparently, Safe House Sam plays hockey because he's wearing a CCM fucking shirt.
Safe House, what the fuck are you even doing here?
You know what's better about me than hockey? I got more teeth than most of them players.
Yeah, that's probably true. Actually, you know what? Speaking of which, you probably have more teeth than all the Wize Old Gamer's relatives down in Alabama.
Fuck that. Hey, Safe House, what are you even doing here, man? Was this corner on your way to buy more duct tape?
Yes, it was. Now stop spying on me. Goddamn drone.
Sounds like get the headphones over that.
Safe House, it sounds like you've never exhaled in your life. Go ahead, let that air out, man.
Look, I don't like to breathe in because I gotta smell my own shit. Okay.
Actually, you know what? If I was an Edmonton Oilers fan, I'd probably wear a mask too.
Methane, okay. I don't like to sniff. That's why my mouth is bigger than my nose, because I don't want to smell shit. And you know what? I'm already smelling enough shit with this goddamn shitty ass podcast, motherfucker.
Well, if I was an Oilers fan, I would probably wear a mask too, so no one would recognize me.
Fuck
but
yeah.
That's just me.
Fucking Oilers, fucking suck ass motherfuckers.
Safe House, you must love the doctor in the chat, man. Fucking.
The doctor is the smartest guy in the chat because he's always getting on about assholes.
That's right.
And this community's filled with assholes.
You fucking talk like a bad ass experiment gone wrong, man.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you
Checks
what.
in the mail, baby. Anal 101. Let's go.
I'm gonna tell you this much, dude. Something large was left in the during extraction there. Probably the last of Alloy's manhood.
So here's the deal. If you're going deep in the trench and you're coming out, and then the old lady, she wants to go down on you, well, guess what? It's like a 2-for-1 special because she got something to eat while she's sucking.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna call it right there.
Hey, I got a question. Hey,
you ever got a peanut underneath your foreskin that looks like my face?
Hey, Alo, I got a question.
Yes.
Are the crabs and lice also robotic?
Oh, that's not bad.
So who the fuck won round number 3?
That was round 4, by the way.
Round 4, sorry, baby. Oh
yeah, that had to go to Safe House.
Watching this motherfucker, I forgot how to count.
Yeah, I don't know how to count.
I think Sam took it.
No.
I ran out of steam because it's not a character I normally don't do. So.
Titan House Alloy.
I know what's wrong with Aloy. Aloy got no clothes on. She's getting cold over there. She got cold feet, and her pussy is fucking colder than a box of ice cube right now.
When she stood up, we knew she was cold.
She needs this right here. She needs this right here.
Yeah, it goes to Sam. Oh, no, wait. There's a couple for Aloy, but I mean, it's mostly Sam.
When Aloy stood up, we saw she was cold.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh,
I tried to bring it the first couple rounds and just fucking ran out of gas. I just ran out of gas by the
I
third
could-
round.
I-
I'm like,
I-
I got
You're
nothing
not
else.
gonna win.
Hey, that's why I said Princess Zelda in the chat. Who wins? Yo, Zelda. I should be the next
Lost
Mario.
forever. What's
I
up,
should
buddy?
take over his role. I should be in the next game. What do you think, guys? I look like I've been stuck in a bunch of pipes, don't I?
You do.
Yeah, see? Woo! Look at that guy down there. He's showing off them titties.
It's kind of weird because now I'm bald with a beard and tattoos and shit, and I'm still wearing the bra. Can you imagine somebody just walking into this fucking podcast and just be like, "Oh, let's see this gaming podcast, see what they're all about," and they see me in the corner go, and then Noof's fucking mask, and they're like, "What the fuck is going on?" With like no context. They have no
Probably like
context
that
as to
guy who
what's
calls
going on.
himself the Wize Old Gamer shouldn't be here because he's not very wise to be here. That's for sure.
They're like, "Oh, this I've heard about this podcast. Some people like say it's really good. There's a lot of good gaming talk." And they click on it, and there's this.
The year in review.
Yeah, rear in review. Yeah,
The rear.
me with my A cups.
Yeah. Yeah, our podcast got so bad we lost Disciple of Christ like weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. Disciple of Christ left. I think it was like what 3 minutes into the show.
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, you can't save these fuckers.
Yep.
No helping them." Oh my God! Well, this has been an unbelievable show, as always. Definitely a strong finish to what was a pretty damn good year in 2021. Big thanks to Titan. Big thanks to Aloy. Obviously, the mag. Tony Bologny, not even in the house tonight. Well, neither was Arnold. So there you go. We got rid of two and brought in some other Mr. Magoo. There you go. So, Sam, thanks everybody for the votes. All right. So before we get out of here, I do have a couple news and notes, and I just want to say a big shout out as well, obviously to the chat, but I want to shout out the panel as well. The chat, and I want to shout out all of our guests is what I meant to say, people that we've had on the show throughout the years. So I do want to starting out 2021, believe it or not, and he was in the chat. I'm not sure. I saw Z Black Raven. This is D Black Raven. We had HR Bomber. We had Rep in the 10. We had Slow Mo Backslap, Jew You Laugh or Juno's 23, Cybernox, Cerebral Paul, ACS Husk, Crispy Bomb, Pong Soul, Dragonheart Yobi. We had the L Train. We had Axel 1324, obviously. We had Assassin Loop on here, Mr. Boomstick XL several times. I do believe we had the Mooch earlier this year. Assassin Lupa, Spooky Sprocket. We had Mike Mullis, ONX Level Gaming, Mike Mullis. We had Fastback. We had HTK. We had Prophet of Metal, Doggy Dog, 3-Bit, Fun Speculation, Porsche Poor or Ains, Caitlin, Steel Rain, Pong Soul, Dreadpool, Free Jack, King Darby 1376 or King Day. I think it was King Darby, possibly. It might have been Jesse Darby. I know he was on here.
Yeah.
Or did I say Jesse Darby? We got Xbot 448, Predator H2S, Dirk Griggity, 108 Dragons TV, Randolph Floor, and C Unit Chris Jones. We had one more guest on here as well. I'm going to bring up a special little video here, guys. Just bear with me as I bring it up and share it with you. I think it's very important. Let me sharing the screen. Give me a sec, guys. All right. And we have this one right here I'm going to share with you. Very special guest that we had on our show this past year. And if you don't know already, this gentleman passed away this year, guys. So heartbreaking. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. I'm going to share a little bit from you right now. Hopefully share the audio. Here we go.
If anybody thinks that
Mojo
anything
Blues, guys.
besides what's already
Yeah, man.
be on it's coming to PlayStation, that's foolish. They're not. None of them are, other than the two that they already got inked deals for with the 1-year exclusives, and then the MMO, the 2 MMO games that are already out on PlayStation. They'll stay, and that's fine. But they're not getting the next Skyrim. They're not getting and that's a question for the other panel members. I asked this on another podcast, and nobody could answer. Is there going to ever be a Skyrim 2, or is Elder Scrolls 6?
Elder Scrolls. So there you have it, guys. Mojo Blues earlier this year. There you have it. So there you go, guys. Rest in peace. The Mojo passed away due to complication. I think due to surgery. I forget what he went in for. So again, like I said, guys, that's just a testament and a reminder that life is short. We take too much for granted, and all this console bullshit at the end of the day is exactly that, is bullshit. So, you know, keep an eye on the prize. Make sure you appreciate and love those around you. We know a lot of people that have certainly struggled this past year. A lot of people that I know and seen on podcasts have been in and out of podcasts. Even Assassin Lupa, who's in the chat, she's had a rough year physically. She's been in the hospital, different things. Just recently, like I said, I think 108 Dragons was in there. Lost some people in his family, and you know, and just like I said, you know, Scrub Nurse, you know, he went through a tough time with him and his wife. He had some personal stuff that happened. And so, you know, I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was nice just to share a little bit of remembering to Mojo. I didn't get to know him very long. He was only on the one podcast. And I know he was looking forward to coming back. And so that's what I'm saying. You know, he thought there was going to be a tomorrow, and he thought he'd be back on Gaming After Dark, and it wasn't meant to be. So, there you go, guys. So shout out and rest in peace, Mojo. We're thinking of you. To all of our gaming friends and sisters and our family who passed away, we hope that there's a big Xbox in the sky for you guys. So thank you for that. All right. There you go, guys. Solemn moment to an otherwise great show, but I thought it was warranted bringing that up. So yes, don't waste your time. Have a happy holidays, everybody. So final notes before we get out of here. We'll start with our amazing guest, who I know didn't get to say as much as he probably had hoped, but we will have him back in the future. Wize Old Gamer, his first ever time on the show, and we hope to have you back in the future, sir. So let people know at least where they can find you, perhaps on social media, and you know, some of the things you got planned for 2021.
Well, guys, thank you for having me on. This was an enlightening experience. I really enjoyed my time here. I always enjoy my time on this show. And yeah, you can find me on Twitter at wizeoldgamer.com. Well, Wize Old Gamer. I am working on opening my own YouTube channel and everything, but it's still taking a while to get that started. Just my personal obligations on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, just thank you, and it would be an honor to be back on. And before I leave, I want to remind everybody that strap-on spells backwards is no strap-on spelled backwards means spells no parts.
There you go. Didn't know that, but that's funny. Shit. And Wize, we just want to say, man, we do appreciate you and all of the laughs you've given us as well on the podcast, being here, and some of the great comments you've had. You didn't let us down. You're obviously very spontaneous and very witty, so you definitely fit right into the grand scheme of Gaming After Dark. So thank you, and all the best wishes to you in 2022, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Let's get over to the man that we know as the Mag. Mag,
Yes,
any special messages or things like that as we send off to 2021?
Yes, well, guys, thank you very much for a very supportive year from everybody in the chat. You guys have been there. You got, like I said before, I've said it again, you guys are like family to us. And you guys are there each and every single week without fail, always there to support us, always there to make us laugh, always there just be there. You know what I mean? And so it's been wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously to you, Noof and Titan, you guys have been amazing this year as always. Good sports while we, you know, as we all rib the shit out of each other, but that's kind of what we do. Wize Old Gamer, keep making us laugh in the chat, brother. And yeah, I mean, you know, overall, it was a great year and everything else for the show. We're going to have some more stuff coming up in 2022. For me personally, I'm going to be doing some more stuff in 2022. I don't need to tell you where to follow me. You guys know where I am by now. But yeah, next year should be a big year with a lot of big things coming. So you're going to be getting a whole lot more Gaming After Dark, and you're getting a whole lot more Mag on the side. So, guys, enjoy whatever you celebrate. Have a happy holidays. Enjoy time with your family and all that good stuff. Have a great new year, and we'll see you guys in January.
Indeed. Well said, Meg. We certainly appreciate all of you in the chat. And we've had an amazing chat. Unbelievable. The stuff that we've had, the moderators have had a very easy job here, let me tell you. Titan Drago, the man who brings the comment back to sense. Who gets the final comment back to sense award for this year?
Well, Noof, I'm glad you mentioned it earlier, you know, because in the grand scheme of things, this is all, you know, it's all bullshit. We come here to laugh, joke, and, you know, talk about the hobby we all love. And Wize Old Gamer, your first podcast, you did amazing, man. You always remember your first, eh? Wize Old Gamer.
I don't, but then that's the. But when you're 10, you don't remember your uncle much when you're 10.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh man.
oh shit.
But as far as the Common Sense Award, you know what? I was looking through the history of award winners, and I was, I kind of wanted a culmination kind of award for today, and it's really hard to do. There's about 5 of you that are literally always here, always talking, super chat. It's like, so, just because I don't pick you, man, like you guys know who you are, man. The ones we're all really close to you guys, man. I feel like really so. But I'm gonna go ahead and give the last Common Sense Award for the year to our buddy Doggy Dog 420.
Yes, Doggy Dog. That's the man.
And until next year, everybody, let's bring the common back to sense.
Awesome. Speaking of Doggy Dog, I do believe he made his first podcast appearance on this show, as I said, and now he is the member of various podcasts, and that's how it works. And we're all family here, and it's just amazing to see everybody grow. Like I said, can't wait to see what Mag does in 2022. Some of his videos and things he posted on Twitter have been absolutely dynamite, super funny, great seeing, like I said, Axel and Doggy Dog and Princess Zelda take on their own podcast on Friday nights. Great little show, the Iconic Gaming Podcast. Check it out, guys. To our brothers over at NLG, Next Level Gaming Podcast, Thursday nights. They're like family to us now. We like to check out their show. To all of our friends, our podcast friends from RDX, Retro Renegades, to 108 Dragons TV and the Dragon's Den. The Xbox 2, Randall Thor, Jez Corden. The list goes on. Mr. Boomstick XL, he's been a big part of my growth as well, and he's a great friend to me. Always welcome me on the podcast. So shout out to Mr. Boomstick Double Barrel Gaming, guys. Go check out his channel as well. Obviously, Mag is there with him on Monday nights at Primetime Gaming. There's just so many great podcasts out there. So to all the podcasts or content creators, want to wish you guys Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all the best success in 2022. We can't do it alone. We need everybody. Again, a little, like I said, a like is great, but the shares go a long way. And just because you think you're small, you hit a person, they hit a person, it goes on for so on and so forth. So I appreciate everything everybody's done for us and our channel and me and personally this past year. Like I said, the chat is awesome. I'll try to wrap this up, guys. This is so many awesome people. Again, thanks for everything. Just a couple of news and notes. I've finally upgraded StreamYard as well, so now I'm on one of their plans. So there will be some hopefully improvements and different things coming to the channel in 2022, as well as some giveaways coming up in 2022. We want to start giving back to the community with some games and different things. So look forward to that. It's going to be a lot of stuff happening in 2022. Big things ahead for Gaming After Dark, our panel members, and our chat. Obviously, as well, check me out on Good Morning Xbox with Axel, Eternal Shaddai, Cool Cat Terry, Cerebral Paul, and Scrub Nurse. We're there Sunday mornings, so it's a different type of podcast than this one, but equally it's just a great little podcast. We enjoy it. Ryan Galloway, my brother, you're awesome. You always are and always will be. Merry Christmas to you. Hopefully I'll see you a lot more in 2022 once this COVID shit goes away, if it ever does. I don't know. But yeah, to everybody, man, the doctor, Kyla Milo, all you guys in the chat, Timothy Dixon, Doggy Dog, Spider-Man 356. I can't name everybody else, guys will be here all night, but you guys know who you are. You know who's been here almost each and every week. As Mag said, some of you guys are here. Titan mentioned it. There's 4 or 5 of you in particular that are here, almost here like clockwork every week. The super chats, while not required, are greatly appreciated. They will help improve the show. As a matter of fact, the super chats are helping to go back into, obviously, affording to do better things with the show. So I will be doing that eventually and all that good stuff. So want to wish everybody, like I said, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Malagang Pasco, Feliz Navidad, whatever it applies to you, or just happy holidays, yeah. and we'll see you guys in 2022. And a happy New Year. We will be back first week of the new year, but until then, just get out there and start gaming. Go have some fun, play lots of games, and look forward to chatting with everybody when we return. So other than that, any final notes, guys, or we're all good?
Nope, that's it.
And Sass and Lupa, you're amazing, girl. Keep up the great work. Look forward to seeing you soon and playing more games with you. We definitely got to complete it. A Way Out? Yes. So right now, I'll find a way out of this podcast. Have a great night, everybody. Take care. Awesome show. Mag, Titan, Wize Old Gamer, you guys killed it tonight. Great ending, great show. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.